It's well the brand the brand is actually a brand. It's not even like a I guess it's like off brand. It's not really off brand because the brand is Malto Meal.
Yeah.
Like the bags of cereal you buy is Malto Meal, which is their mainstay is the hot cereal.
Uh,
Obviously, that's usually you ever eat Malto Meal, the
I,
hot cereal.
no, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you're missing out, dude.
What is it, like a oatmeal or like a
It's like
cream
a
of wheat?
yeah, similar to like a cream of wheat, like a farina.
I do love a cream of wheat. I haven't had it in probably like a decade, but cream of wheat
Cream of wheat is nice.
is good.
And then there's Malto Meal, which is similar, but that Malto Meal, that same company also makes all the bags of cereal, which is what I got today. I got 3 bags, but the Malto Meal bags. There's Fruity Dino Bites. There's Ahoy Captain Ahoy Mateys or whatever.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
There's like whatever the the names are for their version of the thing. But then they make one that I've never seen a brand name analog, which is the s'mores, which appears to be some kind of golden graham type cereal with marshmallows and chocolate pieces.
Yeah, it's kind of like when a cover band just does nothing but covers, but then they're like, "All right, this is actually one of our own pieces."
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know?
it slaps, dude. The
Yeah,
s'mores, the bag of Malto Meal s'mores cereal is awesome. And I'm surprised that there's no General Mills, Kellogg's, Post. None of them got something like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Damn, dude, I need to get back into cereal, man. I really fuck with. I'm like, dude, I'm like,
yo, I gotta get back into cereal, man.
I'm a big Fruity Pebbles guy. I'm a big Fruit Loops guy. I remember the off-brand Fruit Loops, and I think like a lot of the off-brand cereal would turn my poop green though.
mm,
You
yes,
ever?
yes.
Yeah, I think it's mainly the fruity flavors.
$2, Sean from Pittsburgh. Ayo, ka-ching. Oh yes, folks, welcome to the pilot for the. This is the official pilot inaugural episode for the Idiot Investor. Buy high, sell low, only on the Billionaire Podcast Network. Ka-ching, bing, 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 did you fill her up? I'm about to figure out how to get the stream board, the soundboard for streaming. I think actually because the way we were doing everything and what I was running the soundboard through was Zoom.
Uh huh.
And with StreamYard, it's because it's in browser. I don't have any way to like run the stream board
Oh
through it.
yeah, because it just does the audio and the webcam, right?
Yeah, but I think I can stream with Zoom because I pay for the Zoom Premium. So I can do long, 3-hour podcasts or whatever.
Yeah.
And so with that, I have access to their like streaming feature. So I think I could just like stream with Zoom. I don't know. It's fun. I was just telling somebody about this. It's funny how none of us know what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like between me, Crack, Robbie, Sal, I think even you and Miguel, like all of us, I think the only one of us that really knows how to do any of the technical production of any of this is Lily Abernathy.
Yeah.
and, and she may or may not exist.
Yeah, yeah. Lily's like mixing like not only the production value, but intermixing AI into it. She's figured out how to get AI going on.
She's the star. Like she's the brains and the star power of like the whole thing. She didn't have to like hop on board with us at all. She's got the talent and the skills to do create her own thing. But I'm grateful for Lily. Shout
Yeah,
out to Lily podcast
friend of the show.
friend of the show, Lily. Apparently, I don't know what this entailed, but the business manager for myself and the network, the Billionaire Podcast Network, did you fill her up? Robert had recently had lunch with Lily Abernathy. So
Whoa.
I think it was like an iPad on a Segway or something. Was the I think it was who he had lunch with.
Yeah.
But he said he did meet her, and they had a really nice lunch, and
Hell yeah.
they're doing some business. They're for the network. So there's a lot of big things happening.
Yeah.
Yo, did you? By the way, we're gonna start the show soon, but I think some power players, some powerful figures in the podcast sphere might be taking notice of what's happening at this network.
Yeah. Really, what's going
I
on?
was what I've found out is Lewis and Jay Gomez is starting to implement live streams at Gas Digital, more live stream programming. What happened? And see, I already got do it. Drew. What happened? Hello? What happened? Is Drew, are you there? Drew, are you there? Okay, let me ask the chat. Am I frozen or is Drew frozen?
I think it's me. I'm gonna get wired in real
Oh my
quick. My
god,
bad,
dude.
bros.
Dude, right as I was starting to talk up a big game for myself, the whole thing shit the fucking bed, dude. Right as I was calling out friend of the show, Lewis. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if I don't know how much influence anything I do has on anybody. I heard that
No,
Lewis.
he's gonna like that. He's gonna be like, yeah, this is a homegrown operation. This is,
I heard that Lewis is I guess he made an announcement somewhere or something that there's going to be more like live streaming going on at Gas Digital, but it's like behind the paywall, so you have to be subscribed. And
oh,
so it's the chat, it's all the racist live chat or whatever's going on over there. I don't really understand. I don't. To be honest with you, I love Lewis. I don't really understand the business model. I don't understand what's going on there.
yeah, he is the king though of figuring out a way to make it work. There are so many times where I'm just like, wait, what's going on over here? And then it just works out for him. I mean, especially Skankfest itself, you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, shout out Lewis.
Yeah, shout out to Lewis. It's gonna be a big skank fest this year. Crack is performing.
I saw that.
Dude, I the other day I got this message from Robbie in our group chat. It was probably like a month ago, actually. It was when I guess Robbie there was that campaign happening where people were just tweeting at Lewis
yeah.
to get Robbie on Skankfest. And I think Joe Gorman, enemy of the show, had done Real Ass Podcast that day, and Robbie had shown us this that Joe had messaged him and said, just got confirmation from Lewis in the studio today that I'm going to be doing Skankfest this year. And Robbie showed me that, and I was like, in all the years that you've known, I've known Joe less than you have, less amount of time than you have, Robbie. All the years you've known him, how could you possibly believe this? I'm like, it might be true, but I'm like, with this guy specifically, just assume he's lying to you until proven otherwise.
Yeah, but didn't they know each other from like a long time back or something?
The way I understand it, they've known each other for a while, but they don't. Robbie doesn't really know Joe that well. That's what I've been told. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how close they are.
No, I
really.
meant Joe and Lewis. I think they've known
Joe and
each other
Lewis
for like a decade or something.
Well, no, that's. I mean, they've like know of. They've like probably met a while back.
Yeah,
and knew of each other's existences, like know each other. But I don't think they're like are they? I don't know how close they are as friends. I don't know. I don't really look.
Yeah.
There's been quite the development in the podcast sphere with all this. Enemy of the show, Joe. It would seem that he has officially unfollowed me across all social media.
Oh man.
So something's happened. Something's happened where his little tiny boy heart has been broken or something. And
it's that Japanese in him, man.
Yeah. And so he's yes, he is now sworn off. He's washed away. He's washed his hands of old salty dalty here. So look, it's like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. So I would encourage everyone to I know Joe and I have had our differences in the past, and who knows why you unfollowed me? Maybe it's all of the extremely negative things I've said about him publicly. But
it might have to do with being an enemy of the show. Who knows?
But here's the thing. I would encourage everyone to go subscribe to his new podcast that he does with Alex Tomaselli, and it's a wonderful show. And the it's called what's it called, Drew?
Yeah, I have no idea. He's doing a new podcast.
He has a podcast he does with Alex Tomaselli. Sweeze told me about it.
the podcast aficionado.
Yes, my man on the inside, Sweeze. It's called Super Selly Joe's. So rolls right off the tongue, easy to search for. Yeah. The show is called Super Selly Joe's. I think I don't know how many episodes, but it's a wonderful program. So I would encourage everyone that's tuning into this or that's going to be watching the recording later, go subscribe to Joe Gorman's new podcast that he co-hosts with comedian Alex Tomaselli. It's called Super Selly Joe's.
Wait, so is he still doing Buff Boys with Matt?
No idea. No idea.
Damn. Yeah,
don't know what happened. Somebody did tell me that he had tried to start a show with Alex before and another guy, and there was immediate tension with the way Joe was treating both of them. It just ended in a matter of a few episodes. They were like, "Yeah, we're not doing this."
Damn.
So, but it seems that Joe and Alex Tomaselli have been able to bury the hatchet with each other following the fallout of that show, and now they have a new show together. That I'm serious. I do want everybody to support. It's not a zero sum game podcasting. We all can have a little slice of the pie, right?
Yeah.
Cherry, apple with a slice of cheese, whatever the pie may be. So go subscribe to Joe's podcast, Super Selly
Joe's.
Yeah, man.
It might take a few tries to find it. But...
Look, it's not exactly SEO optimized.
Yeah.
But hey, the Crowder Boys, if you try to search for the Crowder Boys, you're probably going to see a lot of Steven Crowder content before you find the Crowder Boys. So sometimes it's hard. Sometimes the algorithm is a fickle mistress. $2 from Broso Smith. Shout out Sumo and Squeeze. Sumo's human.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Sumo. Shout out Squeeze.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah, dude.
I love Squeeze. I love keeping up with Squeeze's adventures all across the American Southwest.
Yeah, shout out Swizzle as well. I think he's getting released from prison.
Soon. Yeah, Squeeze's brother Swizzle is getting out of prison soon.
Yeah, dude. You should do an episode with Squeeze and Swizzle.
I would love that, dude. The White Lemaires.
Yeah.
Was that you? That was you that said that. Dude, they are the White Lemaires.
Yeah, dude. Oh, damn. A lot of anime, a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
The boys.
Yeah. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
So folks, welcome to the Idiot Investor. So Drew, you were telling me, because I'm in the high stakes world of finance, Wall Street, the stock market, buying and selling stocks. But you were saying that you're too chicken shit now to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we when we first started out, or when you started out, and then I got on board. I think at the height I was up like almost $1,000. I was like, all right, this is actually going pretty good. I'm getting really into this. And then the next week after being up $1,000, I was minus $400, and it shook me to my core. I grew up like not poor, but like somewhere, like lower middle class and stuff. So, there's some instincts in me that were like, you can't lose all this money. You need to go back to scratchers. You need to go back to gambling on sports.
It's also, I will say, because I've been doing it for like a couple months now. The amount of money you're working with, like what you're up and down, is like compared to what I've been doing and the mistakes I've made, what I've invested in, and just everyone else I follow that does this is like minuscule.
Yeah, true.
Like being up 1,000 and down, like being down 400 for me is like, that's a pretty good day.
yeah.
That's a good day if I'm only down 400.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I got really gay about it afterwards. Like afterwards, I was like, okay, I do want to invest, but I want to do it intelligently in a way where I'm not just like gambling on volatile shit. So I started like a Roth IRA.
Volatile, get your ass in the house.
I started a Roth IRA. I've just been putting money in that each paycheck, and then like investing in shit like Nvidia and stuff that can't fail, like AMD and shit.
Actual investments, yeah. So I do that. In the chat makes a good point. I think I do need to issue a caveat, a preface to what we're saying. I don't want to speak it for you, Drew, but I am not an expert, and this is not financial advice.
Yeah, this is definitely not financial advice from me. Actually, everything that I say, you should do the opposite of. Mm-hmm. That also isn't financial advice, but
yeah, it's like the one guy is telling the truth, one guy only tells lies, but instead one guy is retarded, the other guy's more retarded.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. So what was going on with that solar stock, though?
So, let's do let's give the secret origin here, which I think a lot of people saw unfold as to why this is taking over my life, why we're investment bros now.
Yeah.
Finance bros. Yeah. Cause it was like what, back in May. Yeah. I just randomly, the way the Twitter algorithm, the way the Twitter algorithm works now, is you see shit that aren't necessarily even following on the For You tab. So I saw like something from some finance account that was like, hey, so there's this company called Faraday Future Intelligent Electric, FFIE, that just shot up from 9 cents to 27 cents a share this week. Might be something worth looking at. And prior to that, I had never paid attention to the stock market beyond like the GameStop squeeze back in 2020. Like that was all over the news, and that was my frame of reference for the stocks. That was all I knew about them. Was that. Other than that, the stock market was just this thing I knew existed. And like when you watch the new, like a business channel, there's like a, the Dow and the S&P and the ticker at the end. I never, I have no clue what any of that shit means. But I saw that tweet, so I like just started doing some research. As in the stock community, they call it due diligence. Mm-hmm. Your DD, you do your DD.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do enough research and knew enough about what I was doing to come to the conclusion that this was a good idea. I just said, you know what? I think I've read enough. I'm gonna throw more money than I should at this stock for an electric car company I've never heard of that I think is going bankrupt. So this is what that Faraday company is. What it is. It's like a.
It's like luxury,
like EV, right? Like 4 or 5, 6 years ago, this company Faraday was poised to be what they were calling it at the time, the Tesla killer. So it was going to be the direct competition to Tesla. And at the time when because that was like the EV craze, Tesla stock was like thousands of dollars a share. And this company, Faraday, was also in the thousands. And then as of now, as of when back in May when I started doing this, Tesla was at, I don't know what Tesla's at now, but I think I checked it then, it was at like $65, $66 a share. And this company, Faraday, when I bought in on it, was at 27 cents a share. So it had dropped from over $1,000 a share 5 years ago to now under $1. But so I bought like over like 2,000 shares of it, and then there was an actual squeeze happened, a short squeeze, which I got to figure out what that means. We'll figure that out as we talk about this. But yeah, so like you know, by the end of the week, it had shot up to like $3.50, which is when I should have sold because I would have made like $8,000, but I timed it wrong because I didn't know what I was doing. So I ended up making like $2,000 or $3,000 on that.
That's still pretty good.
And it was the most poisonous thing that's ever happened to me because I got so addicted to it. If it had not gone well, then I probably would have just put it away forever. I don't know what I would have done. But the fact that my first stock was such a thrill ride, I said, okay, time to recreate this magic. And I started really going whole hog in the stocks on my Robinhood app. And as of now, it's looking pretty dire.
Yeah. It's so funny because those first 2 weeks for you were going so well because it wasn't just FFIE, weren't you? Like in a couple other ones.
There was there was this weird thing happening with these different small cap stocks. Small cap being small market cap stocks, penny stocks.
Yeah.
There were a lot of them were running up like crazy. And so I had a few that were hitting, and and I just I don't know what I'm learning as I go. So it's like some of those I kept trying on and maybe held too long, and so end up losing money on them. Just end up losing on them. Like there's one that I'm like still holding. I got caught with the bag in my hand at Crown Electrokinetics, CRKN, which had a big pump, and then it dumped, and then there was a reverse, like a 150 to 1 reverse split. I just got butt fucked on that one. Green Wave is another one that a recycling company got butt fucked on a reverse split on that one.
Another one.
Yeah, so I'm like learning about this as I go along, and the way I'm learning about it is the hit that my wallet is taking is the lesson plan each day.
But you still held on, which is good. I mean, you
know
what I mean? You don't,
it's not good, man.
You don't lose until you sell. You know what I mean?
That's true. Unrealized loss is exactly that. Unrealized.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not real until you sell. So I since I hit with FFIE, I said I think I can play this. I think I can figure this out and start making some good supplemental income. If not, completely fix every problem in my life through the Robinhood app. I think I can turn everything around and maybe even buy my mom a house if I can. So I have several different positions now, but this week has been looking nice.
Yeah, when you were up like $8,000 on FFIE, I wanted to tell you so bad. I wanted to be like, all right, look, I experienced this a couple times and during COVID. I wanted to be like, sell, but at the same time, like it was going so well for you. I was like, maybe I'm just
there's no way to know that. Okay, so what I've found out since then, and I'm still bad about this, is that any one of these stocks could have a huge squeeze. What do they call it? A gamma squeeze, I think.
Yeah.
Something to do. I guess the Incredible Hulk is involved.
Yeah.
The gamma radiation. I don't know, but any one of these can have that are these heavily shorted, low float stocks could have a big squeeze where it jumps from under $1 to hundreds of dollars or whatever.
Yeah.
It's unlikely, and what a lot of investment types would suggest is a better, safer, less stressful strategy is to secure profits. Just take profits and then on to the next one. So like have a target in mind, like 20%, 30%, and then once like if that stock hits 30% profit, just sell it immediately and then start researching what you're going to do next. This is not financial advice, but that's a strategy a lot of these day traders use. Is they're not looking for 100% run ups. They're not looking for these to the moon GameStop type situations. They're treating it like almost like a job where it's like they have strategy, they have sort of a routine with the way they approach it. And really, a lot of the stock guys that I pay attention to on Twitter and on the internet and all that, it seems like the real skill in stocks and talking about it like this and the way they actually make their money is selling subscriptions to private Discord servers.
Yeah. There is a grift involved. The stock accounts are so fucking funny. Like even just going on Reddit, and not like the stock accounts, but just people posting stuff. It's so funny because like you can tell when somebody's down a lot of money in something, and they'll make this like weird desperate post where I think in their mind, they're like, if I can convince everybody who's going to read this post to invest in this stock, this could get me back in the green.
They're trying to do a pump, and they're trying to pump the stock. Yeah,
but it's so insanely delusional because it's like, what do you think's going to happen? The 20 people that you can convince to invest in this thing's going to save you. It becomes so like all these like stock Twitter, stock Reddit, like it's so full with these like guys that are just trying to get their money back, just trying to break even. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of guys who are like gambling addicts who are trying to figure out a way to get back to zero. And then there's a lot of guys who are just grifters who maybe they're actually trading the things they're talking about, but it seems like the way their actual business is in just talking about it, convincing other people to buy it, and just selling like subscriptions to stuff like classes or some Discord thing or like whatever, but they're always kind of shadowy about their actual position in any of these things. So, there's no way to know if they're actually trading in the thing they say they are.
Yeah.
And it's also because you don't do this as of now. Maybe I could, maybe you catch the bug.
Yeah, I'll probably catch the bug again.
Maybe I'll give you the bug. But you were saying that you got a Roth IRA, which I don't even know what that, it's like, what? Yeah, did Tim Roth join the Irish Republican Army?
I mean, as far as I can, I mean, I started doing it. I barely know what it is, but it's kind of like a 401k. It's like you put your money into this thing, and they invest it for you in like stuff, and best case scenario, you get like 10-20% each year.
It's like low risk, low interest, but like stable investments. Yeah. Okay, because I have a job, I have a day job, don't pay me shit, but they tell me, oh, you got to get in on the 401k. I've heard the term 401k my entire life. I still don't really know what it is. I don't know what it is.
It's basically just giving your money to some financial institution. They invest it for you, and then you know what I mean. They just use a bunch of people's money to invest in, I guess, smart investments, and then hopefully you get like a 10%. But it can also go the other way. You can lose
It
10%. You
sounds like
can,
that aspect of it sound, because I kind of have had it explained to me before in that way, and it just sounds like a scam.
yeah,
It almost sounds like
yeah,
also like with these stocks, like there's a possibility of a rug pull,
yeah,
and it seems like something happened along the way where the 401k became the default setting, and everybody just forgot that there used to be like actual pensions,
yeah.
that there actually used to be like pretty guaranteed
It's like a
substantial retirement plans,
It's
and
like a
that
gamble pension is essentially what it is. You're putting away money for retirement, but you're gambling that it's gonna, gain interest each year or whatever the fuck's going on.
yeah, yeah. Who I'm financially illiterate, and I think a lot. You know what? I think a lot of people are. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are just like scared or not willing to admit it or what. I think most people probably don't understand because it seems to me like all of this, just the names of it, 401k, Roth IRA, CD, all these different investment things you can get into. Even their names don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. It's
So
just meant to
it
be,
seems like it's all created and structured in a way to be confusing.
but also sound intelligent.
Yeah, but yes, the entire world of finance seems like it's set up to sound smart. Like it's set up to be something that you have to research for no other reason than that's the way they designed it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's just purposefully confounding, and so it forces you to have to become financially literate. But it's like, well, you're the motherfuckers that created this. Like you made up this whole thing, and now you're telling me I gotta learn. It's like if somebody came over to my house and said, "You don't get to eat until you learn how to play this board game that I made." I made a board game, and you're not allowed to have dinner until you learn all the rules of this board game that I created myself.
And I can explain it to you, but you're not going to understand any of the terms I'm using. You kind of have to go to college to understand this
Yeah,
completely. Um, but even those guys, I don't think they really understand it completely because those guys still lose. You know what I mean? There's plenty of guys that are losing their fucking money on Wall Street that actually go and work a day job. There's plenty of those guys.
yeah, but I mean, there's also a lot of people who are more informed and do, I guess, like understand, and that is like the underlying truth of all of this. That's kind of alarming. Is it is just a big game. These financial, whatever the financial things, we got to figure out. It is all structured like a game, but it's a game of life or death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you kind of, it's a game you have to play, but it is built. It's set up in a way that it is a game.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So it is like, it is just like you have to figure out how to play Dark Souls.
Yeah,
If
it's
you want to,
financial Dark
you have
Souls.
to you have to figure out financial Dark Souls if you want to like not only survive but thrive in this world. You have to figure out financial Dark Souls. Otherwise, you'll be a hollow forever. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
hollow.
financial Dark Souls and AI is cheating.
Yeah. And so I guess like doing this and me the way I've been playing experimenting with the stock market and talking about it publicly and doing whatever research I've been doing, I guess is my attempt to become financially literate.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I just start talking about it and become invested in the game itself, I'll like learn my way around it somehow
Yeah, I
and
kind of
finally figure out what people are talking about. Me and Sal were just laughing about this on the Patreon. because he was talking about how he's renting a house right now. He can't buy a house, and I said to Sal, well, of course you can't really, it wouldn't be a good idea to buy a house right now. Interest rates are 7%, and then I realized I'm just repeating something I've heard, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think interest rates of 7% is actually good.
I've heard it's not good, but I also don't know what it means.
Because I think like bad's like 15 or 16%. I think that's when you're getting into like the territory of it being okay. And the only reason I know that because I started thinking about this because like 1 year ago I had like 500 credit. And then I found out that the only thing that I owed was like $300 for a payday loan that I took
out. Dude, I have because from when I went crazy.
Yeah.
I have way more in credit cards that just never got paid off that went delinquent, and my credit score is higher than 500. Dude, that's crazy, dude.
But I paid that $300 off, and then like literally the next month my credit went up like 100 points. Like now I have like 710 credit is my highest rating, and so like I was looking at that, I was like, damn, dude, 710 credit. That's that's like pretty good, at least in the standards of the last decade of my life. So I started looking at, I was like, okay, I was a veteran. Like, what can I get home loan wise if I ever wanted to buy a house? And I think that like USAA, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like the
my dad's military, so everything was through USAA growing up.
So they give out like a home loan if your credit's like up to the par and you have like the good credit history. They do it at 6%, which is supposed to be, I think, like one of the best rates that you can get. And I don't know. I still think my credit history is too fucked to be able to do that, but it is nice to know that if I don't become retarded and take out like payday loans and other dumb shit for like the next 5-10 years, I could eventually, buy the least expensive home possible. Like
you're in the city, so
it'd be like a studio for $500,000.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist. I think like real estate in New York, like to own, and you're talking about that weird New York thing where you like buy an apartment, which I don't know how that works. I think that's like minimum like $1 million probably.
Yeah, I don't really know how that works too, because it's like, what if they sell the building? It's like, am I forced to sell?
No idea, dude. I never understood what people meant by that when they were like, I own my apartment. I'm like, well, that sounds like a fucking stupid investment. Yeah. You own a piece of a building.
It's like a timeshare.
That's what that Ken Griffin, the CEO of Citadel, he bought real estate in New York. Like they spent like hundreds of millions of dollars on, it was like 4 apartments in some skyscraper. I think it's either in New York or Chicago. But he got these 4 apartments that were all next to each other, and then had the walls like gutted out and turned it into one giant apartment.
Jesus Christ. Was it a good investment or no?
I don't even think it matters. I think it's just like to have a place in that city. Because do you know about Ken Griffin?
No, I don't really.
He's the CEO of Citadel, which is a big hedge fund. They were one of the big players during the GameStop squeeze.
Okay.
I know this from the movie.
For or against?
Against.
Okay.
From the Dumb Money movie.
Okay.
So they were the hedge fund one of the hedge funds that was heavily shorting GameStop. That Robinhood itself is kind of like in bed with them.
Okay.
So Citadel's kind of the ones that twisted Robinhood's arm to halt trading on GameStop and all that was happening. That was the big controversy. And so like following all that, Citadel started implementing these they rigged the market even more, because now Citadel has these what's called high frequency trading algorithms, which is like an AI trading bot that goes into a stock to like buy and sell the same stock in like rapid succession. So it's just going buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. in fractions of a second to like force the stock to stay where they want it in the range they want it. I don't know. I don't understand
I
how
don't
that's.
understand. Yeah, how
I
that's
don't. I don't
legal.
know how that works. I don't get how that's legal. It doesn't. None of that makes any sense. But this is Wall Street, so this is like one of the big players on Wall Street, so they get to do this. And Ken Griffin, the CEO, is like, I think he's like the 20th richest person on earth. His net worth is like $36 billion. He's got like a shitload of money. So, but all this is that he owns an apartment. He owns a few apartments. Yeah.
He combined 4 apartments.
Yeah, and that's just one of his. These are people who have like homes all over the world, private jets. They have like so, just like this, almost like Lovecraftian, cosmic, maddening amount of money. Where when you try to conceptualize how much wealth they have, you kind of go crazy.
Yeah,
When you try to stare into the abyss of their wallet.
It's very frustrating. Like every once in a while when I have like time to kill at work, I'll just go like look up real estate that I'll never be able to afford. And when you start like looking at how expensive, not only for just buying like in the city is what I'm talking about, not only for just like buying the property, but the upkeep, the property taxes, not only property taxes, like let's say that you buy like an apartment in some like nice building, you also have to pay like a certain amount of money to the building to pay for like the doorman, the elevator maintenance and shit like that. And it becomes so fucking outrageously expensive to where it's like, so like, who is this for? How are there people that can afford this that
Rich
aren't?
people.
Yeah, but how is there more than just like 5 guys that can afford this shit? It's fucking crazy, dude.
I can't even afford Five Guys. Those burgers are so expensive.
It's nuts, dude. It's very crazy. I need to stop looking at real estate. It actually makes me very depressed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I'm just like, I'm so far away from. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? No one knows where life's going to take us. I did want
Yeah.
to. There's something in the chat that made me laugh. I did want to. Let's talk. By the way, chat. Thanks for joining us, chat.
Yeah, shout out
We
you
got
guys.
we got like 22 people tuned in right now, which I'm very appreciative of
Hell yeah.
for this financial investment show, because I know this is shit that people don't understand. But what makes this show different than other finance shows, we also don't understand it.
Yeah, and we're all gonna figure it out
We're
together.
gonna figure it out together. That's why this is the Idiot Investor. Bye, High Solo. But Raphael made me laugh because he said, "I'm so fucking stupid. I'm completely lost listening to this."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm lost trying to talk about it. Trying to like remember those. I hate to invoke this show, because we know the sordid history I have with this, but like there's all these moments in succession where Greg is sort of the surrogate for the audience. Like as a viewer, Greg is the one you can relate to, and he's sort of the
Is he the guy that throws up in the costume at the beginning?
yeah. So
Hell
he's
yeah.
sort of Greg is sort of the perspective of the audience. He's the new guy who's getting thrown into this, who doesn't really understand it. And there's so many moments in the show where all these like bigwig business people in this family and these companies are saying things to him, and he's just like, it's just like it's so much that you're saying. It's so hard for me to like keep it all in my head. I'm
Yeah.
just confused right now. and and that's how I felt watching that show, and that's how I feel like trying to talk about this stuff, like thinking about everything I've heard my entire life and trying to like understand all this. I just feel like cousin Greg in that show, just like, oh, this is so confusing.
This is so stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I being rich would be fucking awesome, but it does seem very stressful. Like being that level of rich, just having this kind of money that anybody that you're close to is going to be trying to gun for at some point. To the point of like
Yeah.
your family, your kids. It's I don't know. I mean, I want that, but you know what I mean? I don't know how I'd actually handle having a complete.
I mean, I would rather have that stress than the stress of like getting a voicemail that's like, "This is Quantum Debt Collectors," whatever the company is like. Your Synchrony Venmo credit card has been sold to us, and just getting those phone calls.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the stress of whatever comes with being rich as hell.
Yeah, dude. When I all right, so I had that one payday loan that I had to pay off, and then it restored my credit to like a somewhat manageable level. But the real story behind it was like there was a point where I was just being too crazy in like my mid 20s, and there was a point where I had rent due and I had very little money to pay it. So what I did at the time was I took out 5 payday loans at once.
Yeah,
And like
you ball
I
out, dude.
yeah, I took out like 5 payday loans.
It
And,
would be a better idea to just go to the mob.
well,
Just
dude,
go to the mafia at that point, dude.
well,
Find a loan shark.
Well, let me explain what I did because it gets even more retarded. So I was like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out one payday loan today. Tomorrow I'll go take out another payday loan. The following day I'm gonna take out another payday loan, and so forth. And then when I get paid, I'll pay off the first payday loan. I'll take out another payday loan from that place, use that to pay off the next one, and it just became
They all
this
fall
chain.
like dominoes.
Yeah, dude, it just became this chain of taking out payday loans,
Stack them up and
then
knock
paying
them
off.
down.
And then it got to the point where I like realized I'm never going to be able to pay this off until like I actually start making some kind of money. You know what I mean? Actually have a
Yeah.
job that isn't just like bartending or whatever. Well, actually bartending can be lucrative, but I worked at a shitty bar. But one day I was like, what if I just don't pay them? I was like,
You know what? I just saw I watched something. Sam Hyde had Dan Soder on his podcast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like debt and stuff. And Sam House, he said like my advice to people is just like don't even pay off anything. He's like, what are they gonna do? Call you?
Yeah. But that's what I was gonna get to, dude. Like it got to the point where I like would just have numbers calling me all fucking day. Like multiple numbers from multiple payday loan agencies calling me all day. And then eventually those went into collection and stuff. And it turns out if you just don't pay anything after 7 years, it goes away.
Bible, yeah, that's what the scripture says. Yeah.
Yeah. So
The only debt that is not where that's not applicable is student loans.
that's crazy.
That's the only one that will, unless there's some legislation that changes, those student loans have to be paid off. They're going to follow you forever.
That's crazy how that's the only one because I had like a $3,000 medical bill. Gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Oh,
exist.
dude, nobody should ever pay their medical bills. I never understand that. Like when people go to the hospital or whatever and they rack up like 50,000, $100,000 of dollars worth of medical debt and they start a GoFundMe, I'm like, just don't pay it. Like, don't fleece people out of their fucking money to pay off this bill that you don't actually have to pay.
Yeah. How does GoFundMe work? Like, do you have to prove that you actually use the money that you raised?
Dude, I don't know, dude. A friend of mine who used to live in New York. We actually were there at the same time, and then he moved to Austin. Who I used to do the Bible study thing with, my buddy Jamie. He did something so funny where he was getting into learning how to play bass, and he wanted to buy an upright bass. I guess he wanted to go to Guitar Center and spend like $4,000 on an upright, and so he started a GoFundMe that just said, "Hey, I want to buy an upright bass, and it's like $4,000. Can you send me money?" And it worked. It was like the next week he was like, "Hey, got the bass, everybody."
That's pretty good. I'm just gonna start GoFundMes. If they don't work, they don't work.
It's a GoFundMe economy, dude. I told him, I was like, I can't believe that worked. I mean, and it's like, I can't even you can't even be mad at because it's not a scam. You're not fooling anybody. You're not pulling the wool over people's eyes. You're saying like, I need money because I want to buy something. Can somebody give me money? So I guess that's how it works. I don't know, but the thing, yeah, when people start these GoFundmes for these medical debts, I am like, do you know you don't have to pay that? Like, what is the hospital going to do? Like, put your appendix back in?
Yeah.
You know,
They're gonna fuck you up. They're gonna
yeah, no,
fuck
you
you
just
up.
don't pay it because I don't think medical debt never even affected your credit. I don't think
Yeah.
it
No,
just
I don't think it did actually. It was the payday loans that really fucked me.
yeah, oh yeah, that will fuck you. But so hey, look, 7 years. What is 7 years? You know,
Not much.
The Iliad and the Odyssey combined is 20 years.
Yeah.
I think of life in terms of Homer. Don't. But it's like 7 years is a fraction of just the Iliad. So
Yeah.
you know, you get to go back to your bride in less time than it took for Odysseus to get to wherever he was going.
Yeah. Your son to kill that one dude.
Yeah. I by the way, I don't think I've ever read either one of those.
It was one in college that I just spark notes. I was like, all right, well, there
Dude,
has to be enough research already done for me on this to where
my college for me was all Spark Notes, baby. It was
yeah.
all Spark Notes, Wikipedia, and just skimming things and then getting B pluses and walking the stage.
Good times.
Dude, now it's like crazy now because everybody's using Chat GPT now. And all these professors are like, I don't know what to do because I can tell they're all that when people use Chat GPT, but everybody's using it.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be weird. Like, I remember when I was in college, or when we were both in college, they had those programs that they could use to find if you were like plagiarizing anything. But it's like, can they even do that for AI? Do they just look at it and they're like, oh, this is AI, but how can they prove that? You know, like it seems very,
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's these newfangled computers. Let's get, by the way, speaking of, let's get some super chats going. Anyway, the stock market.
Yeah.
So you're doing stable invest, Roth IRA, that
Yeah, I'm
shit.
doing stable
The,
shit, pussy
yeah,
pussy
yeah,
shit.
pussy shit. I am rolling it. I'm rolling the bones in the high stakes world of finance. I got the Robinhood app, which I think makes it way too easy to just fuck up your life. There's back in the day, because back in the day there was like the commercials for E-Trade and Ameritrade and all that.
Yeah.
So it looked all like stuffy, guys in suits. It looked like there was still like a filter
Yeah,
where
like grandpa shit.
yeah, it was like it was grandpa shit. And now with Robinhood and Webull, it's just like almost like the same as sports betting. It's like,
Yeah.
but instead of betting on like the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars or whatever, you're betting on cheetah net supply chain out of Beijing.
I mean,
Like, yo,
it is crazy how they got people to just like lose a bunch of money by making like a cyberpunk UI. Because I think Webull looks even cooler than Robinhood, but Robinhood looks cool.
Webull looks cool.
So back in the day with Robinhood, you weren't able to trade after hours or pre-market. Like you had to wait until like the market
You
actually
still
opened.
can't either. Well, you have access to
There's certain
some
stocks
of pre-market and some of after hours, but not all of it.
I think all penny stocks you're not allowed to do pre-market or aftermarket to a certain extent because you can there's 24/7 trading for certain stocks
GameStop is one of those, yeah.
because like I think it's you're technically trading through other countries' markets as they open up or whatever. I don't really know how it works, but like shit, where was I even fucking going with this?
Weeble looks like the Matrix.
Yeah, damn, dude, I lost my fucking train of thought.
Speaking of, let's step into the film corner real quick because I've been skeptical of this movie that everybody's praising, but somebody just I saw a description of it that kind of made me interested in it. I saw the TV glow.
I haven't even heard of this.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about this? So it's this new A24, one of these artsy horror movies where it's like the fucking monster is actually some kind of trauma or whatever is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and
The
it's one of the
monster's racism.
well, you're close. It's one of those movies that is being like kind of politicized because the filmmaker is trans, and I've
Okay.
heard that it's a movie that's like a metaphor or an allegory or whatever for like being trans.
Uh-huh.
So it's like a horror movie that the um themes of it and the overall message and the what you're actually watching is something about being trans, right?
Yeah.
And so all the praise I've been seeing about it, I've been skeptical of because anyone I've seen that's criticized the movie online gets lambasted immediately for being like hateful or transphobic. And I'm like, just because a movie has good politics or good morals doesn't necessarily make it's good. And I don't think it's good to have movies where there's this moral imperative to like it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not. I don't go to movies to reaffirm my morality
Yeah, that's
and my
becoming a thing in
politics.
basically all entertainment now. But I also think it's like a marketing strategy, right?
Well, I haven't seen the movie yet, and the more I find out about it, the more I think maybe it is actually good. I just need to give it a chance. First off, Fred Durst is in it, so immediately 4 out of 5 stars, right? Just
Yeah,
for having
yeah.
Fred Durst in it. But then I saw somebody describe it as because you know how in the years following the Wachowskis truing out, they've said that the Matrix is about being trans,
Yeah.
which knowing that watching the Matrix through the understanding that context and watching the Matrix through that lens, I get what they're saying. Like that makes sense to me, and it also is like you don't have to watch it that way, but I get where they're coming from when they say that.
Yeah.
And so somebody said that this movie I saw the TV glow is if the Matrix is about being trans, then this is a horror movie that's the Matrix but taking the blue pill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a movie about somebody who is unwilling to accept or go on any of the like hero's journey, and so all the horror comes from them being trapped within this false existence.
Okay. Yeah, but going back to what you're saying, I do something now that I hate is this term media literacy. You know what I'm talking about? Have you heard people talk about media
Oh, that's the
literacy?
gayest shit of all time,
Dude, I
dude.
hate that because it's like I was always told that you're supposed to interpret things however the fuck you want to, but now I'm being told that no, there's actually only one way to interpret things, and
Yeah,
if you
there's a
don't,
correct way to enjoy something.
yeah, and if you don't enjoy it that way, you're media illiterate, which is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had I had to say that.
No, media literacy is stupid. It's something that I think people started saying to make them to feel smart, like they know something that other people don't, and it's like, no, you're just actually not enjoying things.
Yeah, it's a way of like gatekeeping opinion.
Do I need media literacy to watch Ghost Rider 2?
Yeah.
Am I watching Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance the wrong
Yeah,
way?
let me make sure that I'm interpreting Con Air the right way because I don't want people to think I'm media illiterate.
Yeah. In fact, like I love being able to one of the best things I've ever heard anyone say regarding watching a movie. There's this guy on TikTok who he's like an anonymous account. He's called Marblehead,
Yeah.
and it's just like a floating bust of the statue of David. And whoever the guy is, it's just his eyes and mouth inside the statue of David. And he was talking about this other like film reviewer on TikTok who was like, making his way through movies he had never seen, and he was talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey, and this film review guy, some like 20-year-old black guy, was saying that 2001 is a boring movie, and so Marblehead said, if you think 2001 is boring, then you need to find a better drug dealer. And he said, some of you need to figure out a way to turn, when you watch a movie, stop watching a movie with your brain and watch it with your eyes. And that was like a great description of how, like, the way I approach watching movies. The way I like to like watch a movie, which is just like to just watch it. To just actually just watch a movie.
To just literally look at it.
Yeah, and then like worry about all that other shit later, or maybe don't, like, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's entertainment.
Yeah, to be honest, like I never really think about what a movie's trying to say to me unless it's one blatantly obvious, which happens a lot with the stupid kind of stuff that I like now. Or two, like afterwards when I'm having these kind of conversations with people where I actually sit and consider it. I never sit there. I've never watched a movie to the end and been like, let me consider what message I was supposed to get from that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the last movie I watched, I went in the theater to see it, like recent movie, was Furiosa.
Yeah.
And my analysis of that movie is, this shit's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. It's pretty good.
That's what that movie is about. It's about being awesome.
Yeah,
It's so good, dude. I can't believe there's people who walked away from that movie not enjoying it. Because I mean, I guess you could say it's not as good as Fury Road. I don't know. It didn't feel like it whatever the running time is. I think it's over 2 hours. It didn't feel like that amount of time at all. It was a breeze watching this movie. It went by so quick because it was so fun, dude.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like sitting there watching it thinking like, well, how does this stack up to Fury Road? And am I actually enjoying this? And blah, all these ins and outs or whatever people are analyzing. I'm like, yo, this is cool, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I've been watching a lot of Tubi lately.
Tubi's tight.
Mainly because I got a new debit card and I haven't resubscribed to anything because I'm lazy.
Dude, all you need is Tubi.
Yeah, dude, Tubi's fucking great because they have the fun movies on there.
They
like
got the fun movies.
The fun movies nobody else wants to watch. Nobody else cares to put on their shit. And they also have Babylon 5, dude. I've been getting into Babylon 5. Pretty fucking awesome.
I'll check out Babylon 5.
Dude, it's like Deep Space Nine on crack.
Okay,
it's pretty good, dude. You love Babylon 5.
Yeah, it looks good. I like that era of sci-fi TV.
Yeah, 90s sci-fi rock.
Yeah, Sliders
Sliders
is tight.
Yeah, dude, Sliders is fuck. Some of my earliest memories with hanging out with my dad were just like being at his apartment and watching Sliders.
Dude, I love
those
Sliders.
Are good times.
I love Sliders.
Yeah,
not just White Castle. What guy? Jerry O'Connell?
Yeah, the main guy. Yeah,
it's Jerry O'Connell and Jonathan Rhys Darby. He's the guy who plays Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, dude, good shit.
Dude, Sliders. That was my, like, when I was watching that Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was like, dude, I just want to watch Sliders now.
Yeah,
this wishes it could reach the heights of Sliders.
That is very Slider-esque.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody was praising that movie, and I'm like, yo, this is just Chinese Sliders.
Yeah, Sliders did this in 1996.
This is Striders.
Striders.
This is Striders, dude.
Oh shit. Dude.
There actually is a cool movie that I think was like supposed to be a TV show but never like turned into a show, so they just released it as a movie. And I want to say it's called Parallels. It's got the bitch from another Chinese that show Fresh Off the Boat is in it.
I know what you're talking about. I never watched it though.
Constance Wu is her name. She's in it, but it's like a movie where some people go into a building, and then the building is like wee woo, and all the doors lock,
Yeah.
and some shit happens, and then when they step outside, they're on like an alternate Earth. So they find out like whatever this building is some junction, some like machine that can teleport you or transport you to some alternate dimension. So they're like going through all these different Earths trying to get back to theirs. And I guess it was supposed to be like a like Sliders esque TV show, like a CW kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then they just were like, well, the show didn't get picked up, so here's an hour and a half pilot that's a movie that ends on a cliffhanger.
And that will never be resolved.
It's never gonna go anywhere. But I remember I thought it was like decent. I was like, this is actually a good pilot. Shitty movie.
Yeah. I love me like a movie length pilot. Those are always fucking tight.
Yeah. That's Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, I was trying to get into Stargate SG-1, and they had like an hour
super
and a half.
Gay one.
Yeah, super gay one.
Stargate Super Gay one.
They had like an hour and a half pilot too, and there was like titties in it, which very confusing to me because I thought it was on TNT or something.
Did you might have just watched the James Spader movie.
No, dude. So apparently when Stargate SG-1 first came out, it was like on like HBO or Showmax or something, like one of the channels where they could show titties, but then some other channel brought it and they couldn't show titties anymore. But yeah, everybody go watch the pilot for Stargate SG-1 if you want to see some good 90s titties.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, seeing titties back then was so much tighter than it is now.
Seeing titties now is pretty cool.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but you know, you don't have the.
There has been like titty inflation. Like the value of titties is gone. Let's get back into the finance of it all.
Yeah.
There's been some titflation.
Yeah.
There's been like a huge proliferation of titties, and the value per titty has decreased.
Yeah, there's a titty bubble right now, and we're all waiting for it to
the titty bubble is set to burst. I've actually said this that because OnlyFans and Fansly and these sorts of DIY porn sites where anyone can just become a 1099 independent contractor porn star.
Yeah,
they're so new, and like so many women got into it because it's like such fast, easy money.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna start seeing the titty bubble burst with this shit because I think like there has to be some like ramifications for this, and this is not to slut shame or disparage the hoes in any way, but this is tittyflation. So when you have like this huge surge in women who otherwise would never have done this getting into it and making all this money on OnlyFans, that's how they've been living their life for the last few years, and it's driving them fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like so many women I've met that do OnlyFans,
so funny,
seem like they're not doing okay mentally.
Yeah, are they making money though?
They're making decent money on it, yeah, but it seems like it's affecting them in a pretty profound way.
Yeah, I mean, it's unless you're like the absolute hottest fucking chick, something new, some kind of, or you have some kind of niche that isn't being totally filled yet. It does seem like the kind of guys that have a shitload of OnlyFans subscriptions aren't going to be able to afford it anymore at this point, because some people that I talk to that have like, are big OnlyFans guys, like they're paying like, $200 a fucking month to see these women naked, and they can't keep on investing that money in you. Yeah, right. Starting like an OnlyFans now seems kind of like starting like a comedy podcast. You know what I mean? It's like it has to be.
Hold on, chill out on that.
Oh well, I was gonna say it has to be a good fucking. You know,
well, what I mean? dude, I'll tell you what. Yo, dude. I yesterday on X, formerly Twitter, I posted just something being like, hey, can everybody subscribe to my YouTube channel? Did my daily promotion to try and make money on the internet. And this lady who follows me, it looks like we follow each other, but I was not aware of who she is. She said, she was like, oh, I didn't know, I didn't know you did a podcast. So yeah, I'm subscribed. And so I clicked on her profile to see who this lady was, and she's an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
And I started like exploring what she's up to, like what's her thing. And I had to go take a shower. Dude,
What's her
it's
thing?
it's like hardcore fetish stuff, like puking, like
Oh,
vomit
Jesus
stuff, and
Christ.
like pissing and shitting, and like overeating, like feeding feeder stuff.
Force feeding?
Yeah, like force feeding and then making herself throw up and then like pissing all over herself and shitting everywhere.
Damn,
And
dude.
it's like, and by the way, it's like $4 a month. I was like, yo, you gotta highball these people with this kind of stuff. You can't be charging $4 a month for this.
Yeah.
But it was like some real not my it's not my purview watching a BBW throw up all over herself and then eat the throw up.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's rough
Yes.
stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's rough.
already doing the OnlyFans is, I mean, like some people would say that's rough. Okay, I mean, I don't think it's really rough that at this point in age, but doing the puking, the shitting and the pissing everywhere, that's where that's the new level of like, all right, well, you gotta have some respect for
Yeah, you gotta
yourself,
maybe rein this in a little bit. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Thank you for subscribing, Miss.
Yeah.
And
Friend
look,
of the
it's not
show.
friend of the show. It's not my it's not my thing. I don't. I'm not necessarily aroused at the sight of a woman throwing up everywhere. But hey, whatever gets someone's rocks off, right? It's just
Yeah.
not my rocks are firmly
Hey, look, if you're
stuck when
yeah,
I see that.
if you're enjoying yourself, power to you also.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, or
Yeah.
if you are hurting someone, it's consensual.
Yeah, and as long as you don't have a handler.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think but I back to what I was saying. I think there's a lot of women getting into it who probably are not necessarily built for it, or I think that's always been the case. It's always been like such an enticing industry to get into for a lot of girls. Like they're
Mhm.
18 and they get into porn, and then 5 years later they blow their brains out.
Yeah.
You know, a tale as old as time. The 26-year-old who is now MILF status in porn, who you find with her brains all over the wall
Yeah.
of a motel room.
Yeah, or just OD'd or
Yeah, like whatever. Because I
whatever
mean,
method.
yeah, because there was a culling recently where it was like Cagney Lynn Carter died, Sophie Rain died. I think was
Yeah.
one of the ladies. There was like Emily Willis is like she's like a vegetable now. She's like Terry.
What? Oh,
Emily
yeah.
Willis is like Terry Schiavoed out now. She's like all fucked up.
Well,
That's devastating.
it is
That's a
devastating.
devastating one. Yeah. So and so yeah, now and those are like women signed with like agencies and like professional San Fernando Valley porn ladies, but now it's just anyone all over the world can start an OnlyFans and do porn, and they may not be built for it. And what I'm really disgusted by is how it's like the assumed setting for women is like the default, like this this Hawk Tua girl,
Yeah.
Haley, whatever her name is. She gets on everyone's radar because she made a joke about spitting on a penis, right? And
Yeah.
I could tell when I initially saw that video that this is just a drunk girl joke, and she ain't about this whole shit. She's a good hometown Christian girl. This is just her, like, just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
She might have sucked a penis or two in her day, but
It was
she's
probably her
not.
boyfriend and
Yeah, this is not a promiscuous woman. This is not a lewd nor lascivious gal. This is a church girl.
Mhm.
So she gets on everybody's radar. She goes from living in a town in Tennessee with less than 800 people in it to becoming the most famous person in the country because of this.
Yeah.
And the first question on everybody's mind is, "Oh, is the Hawk Tour girl going to start an OnlyFans?" Like, why is that? Why has that become the default setting for ladies now?
Yeah.
I'm not like a feminist or anything. I'm not one of these like gay guys, but it is like why there's there's like so many other ways to make money and get your name out there and do things. Why is it that every woman who gets some notoriety or acknowledgement is like, all right, so when are you doing the OnlyFans?
Yeah.
When are you gonna plow your holes in front of a camera for us?
Yeah,
That's the
dude.
thing is like you're asking this woman to reveal the most like intimate moments of herself and do something like so yeah, like vulnerable and I don't know, like revealing, like sharing of herself these something that maybe, should not be shared
Yeah.
depending on her mind and
Yeah.
soul.
I was really kind of looking forward to myself, like of watching a video of her sucking dick. I was like, well, I mean, she's set up the branding already. It's all she's set to go. I thought it was going to happen. I was very surprised and actually kind of stoked for her when she came out and said, "Yeah, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that shit."
wouldn't stood up for herself and said, "I ain't starting no OnlyFans."
Yeah, yeah,
and then like the next day, it's like, oh, the Hawk Tuah girl just got paid $30,000 to go to a club in Jacksonville. And so there you
yeah,
go. She
yeah.
didn't need to start one.
To judge a bikini contest or whatever. See,
Dude,
she's getting paid to judge other whores, which is
yeah, it's so good, dude. It's like I was initially like so annoyed by it and thought it was very like stupid, and I've embraced the stupidity and come to really appreciate it because it's to go from being like an unknown on this earth to becoming the most famous person ever because you just like you pantomime sucking cock. You guys spit on a dude's dick, and it's like continuing to get bigger and bigger and become more and more of a thing. This Hawk
yeah,
Tuah girl, it's like I want to see how far we can take this. I
yeah.
want I want her to get invited to the White House or something.
Yeah. She's gonna be on The View.
Yeah, because Craig gets annoyed by it. He fucking hates his bitch. And I'm like, you gotta open your mind, dude, and see that yes, the initial videos cringy and the following all the memes and all that. Yeah, we had to suffer through all that. Now we're getting to it. We're breaking through to the actual like true brilliant humor of this, the actual joke, which is this woman's going to become more famous than anyone else in the
Yeah,
entertainment industry.
more successful, and then we're never gonna see her tits.
Yeah, she's going to do nothing. She just has to exist and be like, "Yeah, I'm the Hawk Tour girl." And she's at the inauguration. She's like
Yeah.
standing there with Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, she gets invited by APAC to do a speech.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. Um, yeah, and that's and that gets us back to why we're the idiot investors that
Yeah, we can't do that.
well,
So
well, but I have really come to appreciate and revel in the age in which we live, where we now have so many amazing, truly dumbass ways to make money.
true.
You know, back in the day, you had to actually create something. You had to provide value. Now, most of the economy is just how dumb can you be?
Yeah, how dumb can you be? But also, it's like we do live in a time where there's so many different kinds of like side hustles and shit.
There's so many side hustles. There's just so many amazing ways to make money. It's effectively doing nothing and providing no value for anybody, creating nothing and leaving no mark on this earth. Speaking of, let's get some super chats going. We've only gotten
Yeah.
two. We've been going over an hour now, and there's only two super chats. Come on, guys. So that was, I do think that's what continues to draw me into the stock market. Is it's an amazing dumb way to make money, and
Yeah.
and that's my goal with anything I've ever tried to do in this life is how can I make a lot of money really quick without having to do any work.
Yeah, yeah.
I admit that to myself. I admit that to everybody. Is what I really want. My goal is with anything I do is I want to make a lot of money fast without having to work too hard. and that's why I do this, podcasting, the stock market.
It's a noble dream, actually.
Yeah. I wish more people would admit that. I think if more people could admit that that's their like baseline, their like desire, and then build from there, you would see like more people succeeding in this life.
Yeah.
Because so many people resign themselves to reality that they've constructed in their mind based on whatever they were told or taught or indoctrinated with, which is that you got to study hard, get good grades, and work hard, and invest. Put your money in a Roth IRA and work for a company for 20 years, and eventually you can make up to six figures. Woo! And so then they have now imposed limits upon themselves based on that. Whereas if you could break free from that and start looking at how it's the scheme economy, you can make, don't think about $100,000 a year is okay. I mean, that's great. Let's start thinking about $100,000 a month for doing nothing. Now we're talking.
It is a very grifter society right now.
$2 from Drew Huntley. Here, almost $2. Drew's drunk. As that's his medicine.
It's you say $2. That's like that's like 20 penny stocks.
Mm-hmm. That's 20 penny stocks.
That's 20 shares right there, brother.
This is now I wish we could join in on the titty economy because Josephus just said I guess Zia is streaming right now. That's probably why our numbers are not too high. Zia Anderson just got a $300 super chat.
That's nuts.
Don't pull your boobs out. Yeah, you see, that's the
that's easy mode. That's what we call easy mode. That's what we
call easy mode. Yeah, that's the sort of cruel joke played upon men in this life is that we have to actually, do something.
Yeah. See, beautiful women are playing, not even just limited to beautiful women, but women are playing on rookie mode on Madden. And we're playing like actual Madden. I think yes.
Women are playing Wolfenstein where he's got the Bing, the pacifier in his mouth and the little baby bonnet setting, and then we're playing on the nightmare hurt me daddy setting Wolfenstein. The Nazis are fucking us.
Yeah, the Nazis win.
And the girls are just tearing through the Nazis in this metaphor. If it's Wolfenstein.
Yeah, unlimited
Wolfenstein,
ammo.
by the way, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, the one that came out a few years ago, is really good. It's a good game.
I don't think I've ever played any of the Wolfenstein games except the original one.
The newest one, which is Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, is awesome. It's very good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. I think it's got I don't know if it's better than the Doom, like Doom Eternal and all that, but I think it's got a more engaging story.
Yeah.
It's a better story, like better narrative, characters and all that. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I bought Doom Eternal and I sucked at it. I
played an hour of it and I was like, yo, I can't.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not good at games anymore. I'm aged out of games. Let me play like a strategy game or
that one requires you to just like constantly be moving and move fast. And I was like, I'm getting dizzy playing it. Like I can't figure this out.
Yeah, my blood pressure's up and shit.
Yeah, it's so fast paced, and if you stand still for too long, you'll just get fucked. I'm like, God, I can't do this.
Yeah, I can only play games that look like Risk now.
Yeah,
it's like map just games,
variations of chess and Risk and Catan. Yeah, dude. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, I can only play turn-based games, and even those is.
I got really into roguelikes during the pandemic. I was playing Enter the Gungeon a lot.
Okay,
and just screaming at my TV. Have you ever played one of those games?
Yeah, I'm not good at those either.
Yeah, where you like anytime you die, you have to start all the way over. I would like start to figure it out and get really far, and then get killed, and I would just be like, "You goddamn motherfucker!" Just like my roommate would be like, "Hey man, what's going on?" I'm like, "Fuck off." So Bullet Man just killed me or whatever.
Yeah, I know. If I'm not playing like a JRPG, I'm rage quitting all the fucking time, dude. I can't play video games anymore. This used to be like my thing. It used to be a thing
It's a
I was like
young
good at
man's
and
game,
stuff.
dude. It's a young
Yeah,
man's game. Video games. They also suck now. It's like they're bloated, and you have to pay for it, like all these
yeah.
microtransactions. So it's a great scheme, though. You know, it's a great scheme they figured out, which is why charge them for just one, $60 for the game when we can fleece them for thousands of dollars in skins and guns and shit
Well,
that should just be in the game anyway.
well, that's the thing. It's like it became about like trying to squeeze every little penny out of the customer as much as you can out of them versus like when we were kids when it was like 10 like nerdy white guys, maybe a couple Asian guys in there who are making like a passion project, like a game that they would actually want to play, you know. It's done, it's over. Video games suck now. And
Speaking of, why is it, Pat? You said passion project. Why is it that all the fruits that look cool with cool sounding names actually suck?
but like dragon fruit.
Passion fruit, dragon fruit.
Yeah.
They look awesome. They have cool names. They sound like Game of Thrones elixirs or something. You cut into one, you eat it, and you go, "This is not as good as some grapes or
Yeah.
an orange,
As an apple.
an apple." This thing looks so cool.
Yeah, they do look awesome. What's that? What's the smelly fruit? The durian?
Durian.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
I want to try that.
I've never had the actual fruit. I had a durian cake once, and it fucking sucked. Dude.
Yeah,
It was really gross.
that sounds worse than just a fruit, to be honest.
Yeah, so maybe the fruit is good. I don't know. It seems like you have to be like a 70-year-old Chinese guy to appreciate.
Yeah.
It has to be something that like your family gave you when you were a kid and
Yeah,
you grew up with it.
you have to eat bush meat to
Yeah,
really.
dude. Because I mean, it smells fucking. It smells and tastes like awful, dude. I didn't even know it was real at first. The first time I heard about durian was in a video game, Breath of the Wild. Because in Breath of the Wild, if you get a durian and cook it, it gives you full health restoration plus extra hearts. So durians were, a great cooking item in that game. um, yes, but I guess it sucks.
It's like a psyop. It's like a psyop to make durian seem appealing.
No, I don't think. Well, no, because I think in places that have durians, you're not even allowed to like take them home. Like, there's apartment buildings that have no durian policies. You don't bring a fucking durian in this apartment, dude.
Yeah, I think you can't like take them on like the bus or something. If
Yeah.
you get like a durian, you just have to like trek it home or eat it outside or something. Damn.
But yeah, so speaking of durians, the stock market. Let's get we're here to. This is the idiot investor. I think we've mostly talked about movies and fruit.
Yeah.
But let's get some super chats going. But so I've been trying to figure all this out. Because like the stock, the stock market it's a riddle wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in an enigma.
Mhm.
You know, it's an abstraction of actual production. Drew Huntley, $2. Where's the dog? Show the dog.
Oh yeah, Zeke's on my bed right now. He's chilling with me. He
And,
pops in the frame every once in a while.
and then $2 Canadian. King of the Iron Fist Heihachi Mishima says, Durian, get your ass inside.
Did you play that clip for them? Do they know the reference?
I mean, it's just an ongoing joke now.
Wait, you know where that comes from, right?
No.
All right. So a long time ago on the Adam or on the Love Line.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes, I know about that, but I think it was Sal that started it. We were like recording something, and somebody said a word like that, and he just was like, "Get your ass inside," and it just clicked immediately with all of us. And so we've just been for weeks now, just been doing that.
Dude, shout out David Allen Greer, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show, David Allen Greer. So yeah, I got and I just use the Robinhood app for stocks. So some would say that I am not only a rookie investor but really stupid. Because the
Yeah.
people that do really do investing, they're out there with Chuck Schwab and E Trade and Ameritrade, or
Yeah.
they have like actual brokerages. Like they go to a guy, they have a guy,
Yeah.
they got a guy.
They call their broker.
Yeah. But I just, I think like a lot of people now, it's because it's so accessible now. A lot of people use Robinhood. I think it's like indicative of the sort of desperation we see now with it, economically and I don't know, sociologically, because it seems like when it comes to moving through the actual workforce and trying to build a life for yourself nowadays, the concept of upward mobility is kind of a thing of the past now.
Yeah.
There's not like it's very difficult to achieve upward mobility nowadays. Even if you do everything right and get a good job, you're still just like trying to figure out how to survive, and you might be able to hit like lower middle class status and just tread water, but there's not like a lot of upward mobility these days. And so it seems like what has supplanted the old work a good job and get raises and promotions, because that's all gone now,
Yeah.
is gambling on the stock market.
You gotta
And
gamble.
yeah, so there's stocks, there's crypto, there's sports betting,
They're scratchers.
scratchers, podcasts. There's all these other things that seem to be the how one would achieve any sort of semblance of upward mobility now. Because your job is already everybody's on the chopping block at every job now, because every company is just trying to figure out a way to eliminate their entire workforce. Like in the 80s and 90s, yeah, of course, every company would love to trim down on their labor force, their human labor, but
Yes.
there was no way to.
Slave tech wasn't there yet.
Yeah, the slave tech did not exist yet, so there was no way to do that. But now everybody in every sector has a they're in the crosshairs of artificial intelligence. So everybody's getting is standing on the precipice of being unemployed because of this. Because I've met people who have been working like tech for years, like coding. They did the thing that they say you should do, like learn to code. So they've got these fancy computer science degrees that they're still paying off, and they got these really nice tech jobs they've been doing for years, and even they're getting laid off because of AI, because of all these other all this shit that exists now. So what's left for all of us? Gambling.
Yep.
On the stock market, speculative investing, speculation. So I have had a time trying to figure all this out, and right now I'm novice. I'm just all I know still is you buy a stock and then you hold it and hope that it's worth more at some point than what you paid for it, and then you sell it.
Yeah.
So that's where I am.
Yeah, I think you got the chops though. I think you have a high ceiling. You know what I mean? Low floor, high ceiling. Like you're not at the ceiling yet, but once you do get to the ceiling, baby, we're talking money.
Yeah, but when people talk about shorting and options, calls, puts, I ain't there yet. I don't understand. I don't even know what any of that means. People say these things, and I see that people do they do options. I ain't there yet. Right now, I buy a stock and then I hold on to it for way too long and lose my money. Because everything I've held on to, I saw when I should have sold it, and then watched it plummet and said, "Oh, well, maybe it'll go back up."
Yeah. You're like the Icarus of the financial world.
Yeah, Icarus, get your ass in the house. This is any name now. Yeah, because I have so many where I just either not knowing what I'm doing or just diamond handing it too hard, just truly gambling, just living on the edge.
Yeah.
where I watch it like shoot up from like 13 cents to 40 cents. Like I got one that I'm in on Nauticus Robotics. Nauticus Robotics. The ticker is KITT. Folks, this is not financial advice. I bought in at like 15 cents a share. And then one day I watched it shoot to like 40 cents a share. That's where I should have sold.
Yeah.
Because then it went down to like 11 cents. And now it's sitting at around 13. So I'm just waiting to see if it goes back up at some point. But that's the case with everything I'm in on. Like everything I like saw where I should have sold and just didn't. And that's why they say, I think a lot of these guys say to have like targets in place to just secure profits anyway. Don't even worry about trying to get the 100% or the moon rocket to the moon. If you get 30%, fucking cash out and find another one.
Yeah, you should start doing the thing where like okay, you're up, let me sell 50% of what I have, break even.
Scale out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. $2 from Drew Huntley. He says The Edge, the movie. No, the guy from YouTube.
He's a wrestler.
Or the wrestler, yeah. Or when I jack off for several hours.
Yeah. Or the thing I'm looking over as I've lost all my
Is that
money.
yeah. Yeah, dude. But this and the market is always like it's just in constant ebbs and flows. Because like when I initially got in on FFIE, we were in a bull. There was a bull run.
Oh yeah,
there was a bull run, and then the market went kind of bearish for a while. There were like several weeks where I was following all these stock guys online, and just every day they were like, "Motherfucker, what's happening with the stock market?" And then like this week, it seems like things are picking up all across the market.
Yeah.
Oh wait, $2 from King of the Iron Fist, Heihachi Mishima. Ramos just homered.
Hell yeah.
Oh, is this baseball?
Yeah, I think he's talking about. I'm hoping he's talking about Heliot Ramos on the San Francisco Giants. Shout out San Francisco Giants, friend of the show.
Yeah, dude. Yes, I'm like still trying to, I'm learning as I go along because there's also like different strategies for trading. There's day trading, which due to FINRA regulations, you have to have at least $25,000 in your account to do that.
That used to be $800, but then during the fucking pandemic, too many poor people started day trading, and they're like, okay, we gotta do something.
Maintain some sort of barrier, which might actually be a good idea. I don't know, because it's also you're trading on margin. Like the funds, when you buy a stock and sell it same day, and there's that money in your account, those funds haven't settled.
Yeah,
they're
fronting you.
Yeah, so I think they want to, now that like so many people have access to it. I think they want to cover their own asses. It seems like where it's like, if you can afford to have $25,000 sitting in that account, then I guess they trust you. They're like, okay,
yeah,
you're not some guy like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's day trading, like scalp trading, where because like when people when somebody like Dave Ramsey or one of these financial gurus talk about investing, what people would consider like actual investing, that's like long term, low risk, low interest investing, like a Roth IRA.
Yeah, blue chips like Walmart.
Just parking your money somewhere and sitting on it for decades. And so with the stock, like what you see on when people talk about the stock market, like trading, especially these day traders, they're working within time frames of like sometimes like less than an hour.
Yeah, sometimes minutes.
Sometimes minutes. Sometimes like because they have so much money, like they throw like tens of thousands of dollars at one stock that's trading. Like it'll be trading at like 23 cents a share, and they throw like $70,000 into this, and then when it jumps up to 25 cents a share, they sell it, and then they make, however many thousands that is. So it is like prohibitive in that way. Like anyone who wants to make money that way, to trade that way, you already have to be rich to do that. Because like any Tom, Dick, and Harry like us is like, all right, well, I am willing to put in like a certain amount. I don't have that kind of money, but I'll throw $200 at this thing. Well, you're for that to make any substantial amount of money, it has to be like an astronomical, like anomalous run up of that stock that has to happen. You're talking about it's going to have to shoot up like 9,000%.
Yeah,
for you, otherwise you'll make like $30.
You almost have to have the situation happen where like you randomly invested in FFIE.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way. Zeke wanted to go out. He was being a bitch.
And they also say, it's like diversify your portfolio so you have more ways to lose money.
Yeah. You want to lose. You're supposed to lose money in different sectors.
Yeah, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm losing money on this one. I'm losing money on this one. I'm losing money. So I'm not losing all my money on one stock. I'm, staggering where my money is being lost. But hey, let's get into some actual stocks though, because this has been a pretty promising week.
Do you have your eyes on any new acquisitions?
Maxion Solar Technologies. MAXN is the ticker. Solar is big right now. I'm in on 3 solars. Maxion is the newest one I'm in on. And then Ascent Solar Technologies is one that I'm in on. And the one I've been holding the longest, this solar company I've been holding on the longest, is Pineapple Energy, which is headquartered in Hawaii. And I, with that one, I got my butt fucked, so to speak, because that was one that was being hyped, being pumped. And so I got in on it at a good time. And this is a situation where I saw where I could have sold and made a good chunk of money, but held on too long. And then it went down, and I said, you know what? It'll probably run back up. And then they announced a reverse split on it. So
I think that was one of the ones I got on with you. Was that FFIE, CRKN?
Yeah.
There's another one I can't remember
was it
right
Green
now.
Wave?
Yeah, it was Green Wave.
Dude, Green Wave fucked everybody.
That one I got out. Luckily, I got out like early. It went. I lost maybe like $80 on it, which what? Well, not whatever.
I lost way more than that.
Yeah,
I'm down, dude. I'm like that fucking like James Caan or Mark Wahlberg movie, The Gambler.
Yeah,
where I'm just like pretty much just gambling with money I don't have anyway, and how it just being like, you know what? If I win, then I'm actually okay.
Yeah, you're really in like an uncut gem scenario.
I'm going full uncut gems, dude. I'm full uncut gems with this. I'm just every day grinding my teeth, living on that edge, just constant high pitch, keyed up anxiety because of this. I mean, it's not just because of this, like a number of things, but this is like the newest endeavor that's causing me to fucking. My jaw hurts and I can't sleep and all that.
It's so much fun when you're doing well, because like you're like, okay, all this time that I'm consuming, reading fucking Reddit, being on Twitter, doing this like research, watching YouTube videos,
it's paying off.
Yeah,
tangible results. Yeah.
I'm glad I woke up at 4 a.m. today.
I'm glad that I didn't sleep so I can watch my line go boop.
So I can watch this chart on my phone while I lay in my bed and make life excruciating for me at work. This is worth it.
Yes. Yeah.
But then you start to lose. You do all those same things compacted with losing, $800 or whatever it may be. In my case, hundreds of dollars. In your case, thousands of dollars.
No. No, Drew, no.
Then it becomes the worst feeling thing in the world. I start stressing out. I'm snapping at the Dominican women at work.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what's crazy is like these like stock guys who have been doing it for a while who have like who do trading, like that's just all they do, and they have like
Yeah.
all this money they throw at it. Dude, they'll in a matter of minutes they'll lose an amount of money that for you or I would be like life-changing money if we
Yeah.
had that.
Like it would make us want to kill ourselves.
I saw a guy the other day who was down like $200,000, and the thing he posted was just like, not my best day of trading. And I'm like, dude, I'd have a gun in my mouth right now. What are you talking about? Not your best day. That would be the worst day of my life. But he just was like, hey, you win some, lose some.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, dude. So I've talked to a few people like that. When I first started getting into this, I talked to a guy on like Twitter Spaces who said he's been doing it since the pandemic and got kind of good at it. And he was like, yeah, some days you make a ton of money and it's great. And he's like, but I've had days where I've in one day lost $50,000. And he was like, I can't. There's no way for you to understand what that feels like until it happens to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you're talking about like doing this, like in speculating on the stock market in this way, investing, speculation, day trading, whatever you want to call it, is like living your life in a way that I think like most people have never even thought about or could understand. Because like that's the other thing is like most people don't do this.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this. I mentioned this to like some coworkers before, and they're just like, I've never even thought of the stock market. I don't even know what it is. And I'm like, honestly, me neither. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying,
But it's taking over my life.
It's taking over my life, yeah. But yeah, I think most people have just like they just know that's the thing that really gets me. Is like the stock market is so overarching in our lives, like it's so like it's like this monolithic entity, this force that we know it exists, and we know it has like some huge impact on like the economy or our lives or whatever. And yeah, I think most people don't know what it is.
Yeah, that is very it is very strange to think about the fact that most people don't know what it is, but if the stock market was to crash, we'd be dumped into like another Great Depression.
Yeah,
and it would affect their lives.
Yeah, there's people on like all the Wall Street guys and all this, like whatever the stock market is, they're like having conversations with each other and playing a game that we don't understand. And we're just kind of like ignorant to all of it. And they're doing things that if something like goes wrong, or if there's like a wrench thrown into it, everybody we all suffer for it.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what did you do? I'm not even part of this.
Yeah.
Why can I not pay my mortgage now because of what you've done?
Yeah. The bank's going to foreclose on my home because you guys crashed the market. It is pretty wild. It is pretty.
Yeah, because I don't even $5 from God's Node. As soon as you start making so much money, you were jizzing, stop in real time and sell all the stocks and collect profit. That easy. It's not that easy, dude, because I have trouble jizzing. I struggle to reach climax. Actually, that is not true. Joking. That is one of the few things that I'm actually good at is jizzing.
Yeah. 10 seconds flat.
Yeah. Because like whether it's jacking off or actually having sex, I am like, yo, this is awesome. and I don't, so many people my age struggle with like ED now. Like they're like, I have so much trouble coming. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm busting nuts left and right, dude.
Yeah.
Condom, no condom.
Yeah.
Mostly jacking off. To be honest with you, mostly jacking off.
Now there have been times where like I've been fortunate enough to have a lady that wants to have sex with me for whatever complex of reasons, and I'm like, I cannot get a boner right now. I promise this never happens to me. Only with you.
The only times that's I mean that's happened to me just like when I've paid for it. Like the
At the
times
rub and tug.
the rub and tug
no.
or like an actual hooker or like anytime I've like put myself in a situation that I'm just like I feel really skittish about, where it's like a 55-year-old Chinese lady wearing
Yeah.
jacking me off while she wears a Subway glove.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
dude. When I went to the rub and tug, trust me, I had no problem. I was like, this rules. If I could afford to do this every week, I would do it every week. But this is going to be a one-time treat.
if you play the stock market right, you might be able to afford that.
Yeah, I might just be able to buy the lady outright.
Yeah. So yeah, you might be able to buy a Chinese lady if you do good on the stock market. Yeah, this one that I have a position in, Pineapple Energy, which I got way too much of initially. Bought too much, should have sold and didn't, and then got hit with a reverse split. So what happens with these, like, especially these small cap stocks, folks? This is not financial advice, but these small market cap stocks, penny stocks, they'll have a pump where it's a stock trading at like 20 cents a share. It gets pumped, goes up to like 30, 35, 40 cents. And that's about where you should sell it. Usually it's safe to say that it's probably not going to go higher than that. Sometimes it does, but if you just want to make sure you walk away with money, just sell there, because that's 100% right there, and it usually doesn't even go that high.
Yeah, most of the time.
So then after the pump, it dumps, and then if you're like me and you're left holding a bag, you're just thinking, well, hopefully it pumps again in a few months, maybe. Because unrealized loss is just unrealized. So yeah, it says I've lost 60% of my initial investment until it goes back up, and then I sell in. Well, with Pineapple Energy, PEGY is the ticker, Peggy. After the dump, I was just sitting there holding it, like, okay, maybe it'll run up again at some point. They announced a like 1-40 reverse split. So for those that don't know, and I kind of understand this, these small cap stocks, these penny stocks, are not NASDAQ compliant. They're highly volatile and will get delisted if they are not able to at some point reach compliance with the NASDAQ, which is it has to be trading at $1 or more. And so something that these companies can do to regain compliance without the price of the stock naturally going back to $1 is they can initiate a reverse split. Drew, are you familiar with a reverse split?
I'm familiar with a reverse split.
God's Note knows all about this shit. $2 also payment for order flow, PFOF. LOL.
I have no idea what that is.
No idea what that means, dude.
Please donate another super chat and explain.
Yeah, give us more money and just explain it that way. But so they called for a like 1-40 reverse split, which caused the price to go down more because people started panicking, and I was like, what's going on? And so that's just like a consolidating the amount of stock that exists, and so to regain compliance with the NASDAQ. So with that one, that now for every 40 stocks, that's one stock. So for every 40 shares is now one share. So now there's less shares. Each share is priced at a higher value. And whatever you have, however many you have, is still the dollar amount's the same. You just have less shares. Usually, more often than not, this is really bad for the investor. What is this? $2 from Heihachi Mishima. $2 Canadian from King of the Iron Fist, Heihachi Mishima. 1-0 SF bottom fifth, 1 out runners on first and third. Okay, we're getting some baseball updates.
Bet on the game, everybody. Also,
Everybody, yes, be sure to go to FanDuel or whatever. I don't know.
bet on the Giants.
If any one of these sports betting things wants to sponsor me, I'll do it. I mean, it's morally questionable to advertise sports betting, but I need the money.
This is betting advice. Go bet on Tyler Fitzgerald to have a hit. You're gonna make money. All right, but back to
So Peggy Pineapple Energy, and this is not the only reverse split I got hit with. I got a few reverse splits there. I've lost quite a bit because
I was watching the Green Wave one. It like reversed to $4.50, and now it's like at $1.30.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Because you're losing even more money. Well, I guess you're not losing even
that one was like a 1 to 150. So I got hit hard on that one.
Yeah, that one sucked. I kept on watching it just in case. Like, I keep on watching in case I made a foolish move and I sold too early. But with that one, I was like, I'm glad I got out when I did.
But at least with Pineapple Energy, which is one of the ones I was in on heavy, like I got a lot of that one. So there was a 1 to 40 reverse split, but it seems like this company is actually. So a lot of times, like companies will do these reverse splits, and it's just like they're not even like legitimate businesses. Really, they're not operating in the interest of anybody but like the owners.
Yeah.
So they'll do this to regain compliance, but they're not actually doing anything to produce
make the business better.
To actually do the business. It seems like Pineapple Energy is like actively trying to become a like respected solar company. Like they're trying to do good work because they got the bid on a bunch of cool, like really good contracts. Like the big one was this one that's supposed to happen in New York this month. It's like a subsidiary of Pineapple Energy called Sun Nation.
Okay,
is going to do like a 1.95 megawatt industrial solar project for some building in New York.
Yeah.
And so they're getting like all these different bids all over the country for these like solar projects. And there was some good PR that came out the last couple of days as press releases. That now a lot of folks are very bullish on Pineapple Energy. For those that don't know, bullish means there's people like it.
Mm-hmm.
They like the stock now.
Bull bad, bear, or bull good, bear bad.
Bull good, bear bad. So after the split, Pineapple sunk to like $1.20. So I was down like 65% on this one. I was dead, dude. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was more, we're talking until I make a lot of money back and like make a profit. I'm not going to exactly reveal the dollar amounts I've been down because it's too much. It's too much. So we'll do, percentages. So I was down 65%. And then like the last couple of days, like some really good news came out about the company. And then like today it shot up to like, I think it closed out at like $2.50 a share.
Okay.
And so after the split, my average buy-in, I'm still down. Like my average buy-in is $3.27 a share. Oof. But $2.50 is closer than $1.20 was.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of speculation that not only is this a good that Pineapple is bullish right now for some day trading. So there's some people saying this might be a good long-term investment. This is like a legitimate company that in the long run, on the long haul, is just is something that you could hold for a while.
Yeah. Well, I think you might be onto something because whenever I read the post, it's always like I always get these ads that are like New York State will pay you to install solar panels on your property.
Yeah.
Solar,
a lot of people are very bullish on solar right now because of the initiative to kind of transition to more eco-friendly green energy solutions.
Yeah.
And it seems like solar is having a moment. Solar and EVs, electric vehicles, because there's that one I showed you. I wish I had known about Zap. that car company.
Oh
Like
yeah, you're telling me about that.
you know,
Yeah.
like last month it was trading at like 75 cents a share, and I found out about it yesterday. I never even heard of it until yesterday, but as of today, it's at like $18 a share.
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
fuck, dude, if I got in on that, I'd be a millionaire right now. If I had been as stupid with that one in terms of like the amount I've been buying on all this other shit that lost me money, if I just thrown the same amount of money at that one a month ago, I'd have like tons of money now.
See, I have the opposite problem that you do. Like I get like 30%. Like, you know what I mean? Like 30%'s a lot for me. I get 10%. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sell this bad
Smart,
boy.
yeah. It's actually smart.
But then it'll go up even more, and then I'll start feeling suicidal because I look at all the money that I could have made had I not sold. But they say not to feel that way. They say feel good with
They say
any.
profit is profit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, it still makes me want to kill myself when I see it, but you know, what else is new?
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of things that make me want to kill myself. I never
Yeah,
do because
yeah,
my mom would be sad.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, by the way, let's get some super chats going. It's been a light one.
That doesn't make him want to.
This has
Kill
been a
himself.
light one for super chat. I mean, I do feel, I here's the thing. I enjoy doing the streams for the live aspect and getting to interact with the chat. Like that's the main thing. And the super chats are awesome. But week to week, it's a lot of the same people are donating, and I'm very grateful. But it's like, well, I can't keep like dipping into, you know what I mean? Like probably stretching my people I would consider like acquaintances and friends now. Stretch them pretty thin with this shit. There's people here who've in the last like month probably spent like hundreds of dollars on just watching me talk in front of my computer, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's one of the dumbass ways we were talking about. How to make money now is that a lot of cool dumb ways to make money. Is God's note saying that the reason for the lack of super chats because stocks are fucking gay, or you just chiming in to say that
Yeah, it's a
stocks
crypto
are
dude.
fucking gay? Because I think it's something. Here's the thing. I think it's something people are interested in, finance, stocks, and all that. It's just prohibitive because the people that talk about it are schemers and scammers, so they understand the language and they speak in like shadowy language
Yeah.
to let you know that they know what's up, and you got to figure it out. And so, in order to figure it out, you have to tune into their shit and subscribe to their private Discord and pay for all these classes. And so with the idiot investor, it's actually we're going to actually figure this out together, folks. God's note is saying that he meant that the reason people are maybe not too keen on this is because stocks are fucking gay. I think he feels that way because he's in finance. Like he's seen the worst of it.
Yeah.
He's okay. Well, he's because it's Jewish mysticism.
I mean, sometimes it does feel that way. It's like what's going on?
Finance is Jewish mysticism. Yeah, it's like you have pyromancers, you have the potions, defense against the dark arts, and then you go to green gods, and that's Jewish mysticism. Uh-oh. Is Drew frozen?
All right, I'm back. I froze up for a little bit.
But yeah, so you have, you go to Hogwarts and there's potions, there's divinity, there's defense against the dark arts, and then you go to Green Gots and that's Jewish mysticism. You know what I mean? And that's in real life, that's the stock market. It's Jewish mysticism. It kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing, and I mean, okay, so I'm not to get too Nick Fuentes on this, not to get too into the base red pill of it, but Jews. Drew, you familiar with Jews?
Yeah, I know a little bit about.
Oh, $2 from Hayachi Mishma, $2 Canadian from King of the Iron Fist Mishma. Jewish mystics are Hasidics.
That is true.
So it does seem like the labor of the Jewish people, what they deal in, is matters of what's the word I'm looking for here? Usury, and in more like intellect, quote unquote, intellectual endeavors, work that doesn't require the production or building or crafting or creating or labor of anything. Just they have designed their lives in a way where the work they do is like you know, just scribbling things down and handing off pieces of paper to people and delegating things and making a phone call here and there, but then not actually. And that's been the case for hundreds of years now.
Yeah, I was so I have, for people who don't already know, I work for Jewish guys, and I have this young Jewish coworker who I think wants to, they're religious Jewish guys. I think he wants to leave the religion, but he stays in it because he doesn't want to get shunned or whatever. But like I talk to him every now and then, ask him questions, and he'll explain like Judaism to me. And one time I forgot how, like, why we were talking about it, but he started talking about usury, and he was like, "Well, back in the day, like Jews weren't allowed to have real jobs, so we had to figure out like a way
Dude,
to make money."
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much. Where they go, they wouldn't let us plow the field, so we had to do the thing that makes the most money.
So we
weren't allowed to work in the, we weren't allowed to push the stones for the pyramids.
Yeah.
So we had to do the banking that makes more money.
We couldn't be bricklayers, okay?
It's actually due to anti-Semitism that we are rich.
So he was like, we weren't allowed to have real jobs, so we had to figure out a way of making money. So we invented usury because we used the money that we already had and we'd lend it out, and then people would pay us back a little bit more with interest. And that's how we made money. That was the only way that we're allowed to make money. And I pulled him aside and I was like, look, don't ever say that to anybody ever again. That is Jewish.
Yeah, you can't. Don't admit your Jewish secrets to people. You can't just say it out loud like that. You can't just admit that. It's like we all kind of know that Yeah, dude, they don't. Yeah, they have their lives set up in a way where it's just like It's like Family Guy had the best joke about that, where it's like the Jewish Santa Claus, where it's a Jewish guy telling kids what he wants. He's like, I want a Sony Bravia TV, and I want you to set it up. I don't want to have to do any of the things. Yeah, that's their whole lives, dude. Shout out to Family Guy, by the way. Family Guy was good.
We had so I work in a warehouse, and they're figuring out ways to automate everything. So they're getting all these like new like machines so they could fire more Dominican women. And they're installing this new machine, and to install it, they had to run pipe up on the ceiling of like the warehouse and shit. And Jewish guys, like, usually when they need to hire a contractor or something, they go through another Jewish company. And so they went through this Jewish like pipe electric company, and I saw like these two Jewish guys. They were like in boots and like jeans, like denim and shit, and they had like Carhartt on and stuff. And I was like, huh, interesting. These guys are gonna go like lay pipe. All right, let's see how it goes.
Ooh.
And and they're like bringing in all this gear, and then at a certain point, like these two like Mexican women in like jeans and boots come, and they do all the pipe work, dude. It was so funny. I was just sitting at my desk like laughing at myself because I thought they were really gonna go up there and start working on like the pipes and stuff, but no, it was like these two little Mexican women, which hilarious that they're women to me. I thought it was a funny.
I mean, if you want the job done right and safely, yeah, anybody except Jewish guys.
Yeah,
Mexican women, yeah, is better than Jewish guys for doing any of that kind of shit. Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's like I'm not handy. Like I'm not qualified to build a deck or anything. But I've done actual work labor. I've worked warehouses and fucking had shit jobs. They don't do shit, man. And that's the thing. That's the thing about the stock market. That's like so mystical. It is mystical because you look at like if you here's the thing. How long has Costco existed? Like what, like 20 years now?
Has it only been that long?
Or whatever. I don't know. But it's like here's like let's say you're a stock guy and you trade Costco stock. The stock itself exists as like an abstraction of Costco. So it's like there is a company called Costco and they got all the big stores and there's like all this business and commerce happening. That's the actual labor and production that's happening. And then tethered to Costco is the Costco stock. Whatever they I don't know what is Costco's ticker? Let me look it up.
It might be a private company.
No, they're on the exchange, dude. Okay, so Costco is their ticker is COST. So Costco currently trades at $892 a share. Dude, it's good, right? So let's see, like if you're a finance guy, the year 2000, you're one of the mystics, right? In the year 2000, and there's this company called Costco that comes out. you could have bought in at this at when it went public at $46 a share.
Jesus Christ.
Right? And so you're one of the money mystics that does that your job is to play the game of the stock game, to do the mystic, the arcane sorcery that's tethered to the company, right?
Yeah.
So while there's some black teenager at a Costco wearing a hairnet getting paid in the year 2000, $7.25 an hour probably,
yeah,
to make a hot dog and to give out samples or whatever, busting his ass day in day out. There's a mystic on the play, looking at his crystal ball on Costco, going, all right, $46 a share. Let's get 10,000 shares, right? So yeah, all the money, and he does nothing. He just calls a guy, and then a guy writes something on a piece of paper and then puts it in a tube, and the tube goes to a place. And now this guy owns how many thousand shares of the stock. Cut to 24 years later, it's now worth $892 a share. So a guy who has done nothing for 24 years, but just have this stock, is now, has made millions of dollars on it, presumably, depending on how many he got. That black teenager is dead now. Gang violence,
diabetes, and
diabetes. Yeah. But but that's the thing, is like there's the actual labor production, the actual business that's happening, the value being created by the workers at these places, and they have no clue what the stock market is or how any of this works, or that there's people, shareholders, that are determine what their lives are going to look like working for this place.
Yeah. And that are actively trying to get robots to replace them.
That are actively trying to replace them with computers. And so that's like the corporeal, tangible business of it. That's real. And then this not real thing, which is the stock market, is where people are making millions of more money than God based on the labor of the black teenager making the hot dog. And he has no idea that behind the scenes, there's one of these Wall Street mystics who's just scribbling and making trades, and that's his job, is to do kind of no actual work or produce nothing for anybody, create nothing, and then he makes more, in one day makes more than he's going to make all fucking his entire life probably.
Damn.
It is like, that's how I've like conceptualize it. I could be wrong, but it seems like you have like actual production business, and that's for the chumps. Getting a job somewhere and working and producing value for a company is a fool's errand, and it's what many of us must do because we have no other options. The real money is in the pretend side of the business, which is the stock market. The real money is in buying and selling shares, something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not real.
A virtual entity.
And for the people that do it, for the people that the mystics that do this work, to them, whatever the company does is completely irrelevant anyway.
Yeah.
They don't care that it's a warehouse bulk store, or that it's a solar company, or that it's an electric car company, or whatever it is. They just look at charts and graphs and predictions, and then just like, oh yeah, so there's like some, like in 2020, 2019, 2020, Gabe Plotkin was like, oh, GameStop is, they're not doing too good, so like we're shorting them, and he's like, but he doesn't care like what GameStop is or what it does.
Yeah.
He just knows the analytics, this fucking sabermetric money ball of the company. He's like, you know what? Based on my analysis, I think that we can bet against this company. We could short it and make billions of dollars, and then the company goes out of business. Because I mean, that's what happens when these hedge funds short these companies. The company goes out of business, everybody loses their jobs, and the hedge fund guys, get to buy another yacht or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and thousands of people lose their jobs.
Yeah, they're all and it's 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 a lot to reckon with, that the actual money to be made in this life now in this country, it's kind of good and bad. That is dealing in the false side of business, the stock market. That's where the money is, baby. That is like, and you got to spend money to make money, and scared money don't make money. So you do have to have initial capital to make these investments. You got to have the money to be able to go into the Robinhood app and invest. So you do have to, in a way, you do have to work a job and do labor and produce value so that you can get your paychecks, and then squander your paychecks on the Robinhood app.
Yeah, and be stressed out.
And be stressed the fuck out because we are dumb money. That's what they call us. That's what I learned from that movie. There's smart money, which is the hedge funds, and then the retail investors are dumb money.
Yeah, they retard money. That's what they wanted to call us. But
even Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill, like, people look at him as like this sage. And I guess like at this point he does have like enough influence, because so much of the stock market also is hype and whispering to each other, word of mouth, and there's like a sociological aspect, like a societal thing, where like a stock can go up or down in value, not based on anything to do with the company itself. It's just like, what are people saying? What's the street saying?
Yeah.
So like Keith Gill can actually affect the price of a stock if he shoots out a tweet. Yeah. But he also doesn't, he doesn't know any more than anyone else, I think, because he's still a retail investor. Because like he did his first stream in 4 years, like a few weeks ago, and as he's on camera doing the stream, he's got the ticker behind him, and GameStop is just going down. Like he's just plummeting.
Yeah,
I
think he was up like almost 200 million.
He was up almost $1 billion, dude. They were saying if GameStop hit $70 a share, he had $1 billion. And it was at like 60, and it did not sell. And so behind him, you're watching this guy lose hundreds of millions of dollars. Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yo, it's just crazy.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find those like stocks now that it's like, you know, it was Costco in like 2000. Like
that's what everybody's trying to do. All the retail investors are trying to do, because all the Wall Street guys, they get to manipulate it, so they get to like.
it has to be the AI. It has to be the AI stuff.
I got fucked on that, dude. I tried to do that Vocodia company.
Yeah.
VHAI. I was like convinced, like, oh, this looks like something. And then the news came out that they're probably gonna get delisted. And I was like, well, I just lost a lot of money. I just sold that one immediately.
Yeah, the one that I have a little bit in right now, but I want to keep on putting money in is this stock called Palantir. Have you heard of that?
Palantir?
Yeah.
That's the fucking orb from Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, but it's a stock. It's an AI stock. It's the guy. Remember that guy? He's a billionaire, but he got outed as gay by Gizmodo. You know what I'm talking
Peter
about?
Thiel?
Yeah, Peter Thiel. It's his company. And they have like a bunch of contracts with the government, like the military and stuff. And I think, you know, obviously as this grows, they're probably going to be the powerhouse, because I don't think there's another AI company that's as big as them.
Dude, I'm trying to get Peter Thiel money for my podcast, dude.
Yeah.
That's why Red Scare got the teal dollars, the teal bucks. That's why
they went. Bucks?
Yeah, that's why they went from like socialist to like tradcath, conservative, right wing Republican. They got they got teal money, and they were like, okay, we're actually a Republican now.
Yeah, we were joking the entire time.
Yeah, those two fucking. That's another. The Hawk Tua girl, I appreciate way more than the fucking Red Scare retards. Fuck them, dude. Anna and Dasha suck, dude.
Yeah, I'd have sex with them though.
I would have sex with them, yes. As long as they stay quiet, because man, they are annoying. But, but yeah, I mean that's another great success story for the scheme economy. Is like two of the dumbest women I've ever heard somehow convinced a lot of people that they're actually smart, and now they had Peter Thiel invested in them. Peter Thiel gave them a bunch of money. They make tens of thousands of dollars a month on Patreon, and people like. They're considered intellectual. They get invited to go do like speaking engagements and shit. It's like I would say to anybody, like if Red Scare can succeed, literally it's anybody's game.
Yeah,
I've never understood the reverence anyone has for them, or the respect people show them, or any sort of legitimacy that they seem to have. Because I listened to like 5 minutes of that show, and I said, these are two of the dumbest fucking people I've ever heard saying nothing to each other with the most annoying voices of all time. And this makes $60,000 a month? Okay. Then what's stopping any of us?
Yeah. Not having a pussy.
Yeah. Well, but the pussy on them look like it might be trash, dude. They got that like heroin chic thing where they probably always have like some kind of infection or something.
True.
You know?
It is true. You are saying things that are true.
I'm saying things that are true. Yeah, man. I mean, it's so strange, dude, because my dad is one of those guys who just worked his ass off forever.
Yeah.
My dad's one of those guys that when I first started getting into the workforce, he was like, what you need to do is hit the pavement, take your resume to every business in town. And it was like such a struggle to get him to understand, like, that's just, you can't do that. That doesn't work that way anymore. You can't do that. Like, you have to, there's a website you got to go to, and then you got to go through like 9 different applications and 4 different interviews to get a job at Chili's.
Yeah.
This is everywhere.
And they don't read half the resumes.
Oh yeah, they have some algorithm that scans it, and they're like not reading it. Yeah. But my dad was like one of those, you know,
he's a bootstrap
kind of guy, and it's like such a foreign world to him. And I've tried explaining this to him that, like, okay, so nowadays working is doesn't work. It's for chumps. I was like, nowadays you have to figure out a scheme. You have to figure out a way to navigate, to circumvent actually working if you actually want to make any money and secure a future for yourself, because there's no job that's gonna secure any sort of life for you now. Not sales, not tech, not
Mm-mm.
any fucking thing. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm also not qualified to get a job that pays $500,000 a year. So the only chance I have of ever making that kind of money is schemes.
Yeah, you got to get
You know,
into the scheme economy.
like my talent requires me to be independent and do like shit like this because like trying to translate what I'm actually good at to a job, I can't.
Yeah,
So I have no way to work my way up the actual labor force.
yeah, you have the grifter's gumption.
I got the grifter's gumption. That's my Fallout perk.
Yeah, the grifter's
I got the
it's
grifter's
a
gumption.
doing
It's
this.
the happy merchant. Yeah. you unlocked grifter's gumption. Yeah, dude. I mean, I like sales is the closest to um my sort of skill set and whatever I'm good, like whatever my talents are. But even that I'm bad at because like I do sales now, and oh God's no wants to know why do you need $500,000 a year though?
So we can get pussy.
So we can get pussy, dude.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to get some pussy. I gotta pay some things off. um, yeah, dude. What an odd. Come on. Why do you need $500,000 a year? It's like, well, why not? Yeah, pussy and house, car,
Yeah, a
uh,
gaming PC.
a life where I can actually fucking breathe for the first time ever. That's why.
Go into the rub and tug every day, multiple times a day.
Multiple, dude, just getting my dick jerked by elderly Chinese ladies every day. Professionals, dude, masters of their craft.
Yeah.
Dude, been doing it decades.
Yeah, we can move up from the rub and tugs to the new room massage.
You know how Bruce Lee had the 1-inch punch?
Yeah.
They can give you the 1-inch tug where they only tug 1 inch of your penis and make you come.
Yeah, they use 2 fingers.
Yeah. Just the thumb and 2 fingers, and it's like a samurai cartoon where you just see him go and then you bust.
Yeah, and instead of like blood squirting out of your body, it's just your penis and a shadowy penis and ejaculate.
Yeah, dude. That's what they can do. That's what they're good at. They give you the 1-inch tug. Which means you have to have at least 1 inch of penis to work with.
Yeah. Even then, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, but I my boss at my sales job told me, she was like, you have a good speaking voice and you're very personable and amicable. People, I think people like to talk to you. And she was like, so why aren't you better at this? And I was like, I don't know. What I wanted to say is just like, because I don't believe in any of what we're doing. But I gotta try, because I mean there are people at the company I work for that make like 6 figures just taking phone calls and be like, do you want to buy a phone? I'm just selling phones all day. So I mean, it's not bad. It's not considering like what my day job entails, which is like going into another room and just working from home, putting on a headset and being like, thank you for calling, blah blah blah. The ratio of like labor to money that can be made is nice. You just take a call, chat with someone for like an hour or two, sell them some things, and then get nice fat commission checks. But I haven't really figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I'm better at selling podcasts.
Yeah, selling merch.
Yeah, it's getting super chats, Patreon subscriptions, T-shirts. I believe in these products. I believe in what we're doing here at the network. Oh wait, what is this? Red Bar shouted me out? No, I didn't know that. Shout out to Red
Hell
Bar.
yeah.
People are taking notice of the Crowder Boys and all that we're doing here at the Billionaire Podcast Network. Ka-ching, bing, 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 did fill her up. Dorkcore is a auxiliary to the network. You know,
Yeah.
you're not part of the network unless you want to be. This network that I created that definitely exists. But I mean, Dorkcore's a friend of the show. By the way, folks, Dorkcore, youtube.com/@Dorkcore, twitch.tv/like Kool-Aid. You got to consolidate these things. You
got I let Miguel handle those.
It's a little too confusing. It's like two different names for each platform.
That's Miguel's job. I'm just, I'm the talent.
But it is a good show. It is like
and last one was great, guys. If you want to watch something to get into it, watch the last one.
It's like if Kill Tony is the Beatles, Dorkcore is the Monkeys. The
superior. Yeah. All of our jokes are written for us. Yeah, last one we had Shaner on. We had the Do Rag Boys on. It was a fun time. So
yeah,
because that out.
It is like it's there's no avoiding this. It's similar to Kill Tony.
It's very. I told my girlfriend, I was like, "Well, are we doing Kill Tony?" And he was like, "It's not Kill Tony." And then people kept on telling him that, and he's finally like, "All right, it is very much like Kill Tony, except there's Hispanics."
Yeah. It's like Kill Tony, but there's Mexicans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's similar to Kill Tony, but the vibe is more grassroots.
Yeah.
And seems more friendly.
Yeah.
It seems like it's more collaborative and constructive than Kill Tony. And also, I like you guys.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
Like, Tony is just such an off-putting character, and that show seems like the ethos of that show is just like megalomaniacal.
Yeah, let us talk down to these guys who are never going to achieve the success that we've achieved. Whereas on our show, we all suck.
Yeah, on your show, the people that the open micers are more successful than the hosts.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's kind of how it's different. Is the people that put their name in the bucket are doing better than the host of the show.
Yeah, they're in clubs.
Yeah, I mean it's a fun. In the live stream part of it is nice. Like people who can chat and all that. So
yeah,
shout out to Dorkcore. And then Crowder Boys, obviously youtube.com/@the Boys, and then the Patreon for this channel, patreon.com/cornfit with Dalton Pruitt. So do you gonna get in on any stocks this week?
Let's talk about it tomorrow. Because I do got the bug again.
You got the bug? You went bug chasing.
Yeah, I'm bug chasing right now.
You went bug chasing again. You got the bug.
I'm trying to get a paused up.
Hayachi $2 wants to know where you can watch Dorkcore replays.
The best place is going to be at Twitch, twitch.com/like Kool-Aid. Every episode's on there, and there's some other stuff too that aren't exactly the Dork Court shows. I think Miguel has like a few things on there too, so check that out. Please watch that.
I would say I'm bullish in terms of a sub $1 stock, a real penny stock. Yeah. I'm bullish on Maxion, get your ass in the house. MAXN, because it's shorted at like 105%, which hey, I don't know what that means, but I just know from experience that when something is heavily shorted like that, there's a lot of people are pumping it. There's a lot of interest in buying it because they're trying to initiate.
They're trying to get the short squeeze.
The squeeze, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me add this to my Robinhood real quick. It's MAXN.
MAXN, yeah, Maxion. This is not financial advice, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, and this is not financial advice, but I got a few thousand shares. I might buy some if it dips a little bit. I might buy a dip or two. I don't know, but I have many positions, but they're saying, I've seen targets on this one of these professional finance guys who are saying that the minimum target is $2 a share.
Yeah. It's probably going to go up the rest of this week because the next options end on Friday.
Yeah, you know how that? How do you know that?
If you just go to it and you look at the options, so you open up your app.
I got to figure out what options are and how they work.
Yeah, I've only ever lost money on them, and it's very scary because you don't just lose money gradually, you can lose your entire, you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
like you can't really back out sometimes. So, if you go to the stocks page and then you click on trade and then you go to trade options, at the top it'll show you all the dates of when the options expire, and then that's usually when they have their little run up. So,
yeah. John Castle, the perennial troll, says I'm starting to think Dalton doesn't really know what bullish means. I think I understand the.
that's a very easy thing to understand.
Yeah, just you like it. It's just another. I like the stock, right? I'm
Yeah.
not wrong about that.
Well, you're right about that, but it could also mean like the market's bullish right now. In other
Yeah,
words,
it's
like
a
everything's going green, you know?
yeah, it's bull. You know, the market maybe sometimes you could be in a bear market, but one stock could be bullish. You could be
Yeah,
bullish on
true.
a, you know,
True.
or you could be in a bull market and there's a bearish stock, but bullish. Usually means like I like it. I think it's going to head in the green. It's going to go up in value. I'm
Yeah.
learning. Hey, look. You know
You,
what? Here's the thing. You don't learn anything by not asking questions, by not trying, by not being curious, you know? And
yeah,
so one of the ways to learn is to get your hands dirty, to throw yourself into the pool. You want to learn to swim? Jump off the high dive into the deep end. You know, that's one
yeah,
way, that's one way to learn to swim or drown. It's a good way to learn how to drown too. You know what I mean? So I'm learning this because by having skin in the game,
exactly.
talking about it, being interested in it, learning as I go along, and we do the now we're doing the what all the stock guys do, which is having a like a show about it or something. Subscribe to this, buy my private Discord server, pay for this class I teach.
Yeah,
I bet these guys don't even fucking trade, dude. they
yeah, they're
just
just
sell
selling the Discord.
they sell the Discord server, they sell the class or whatever, and they do the research on the stock, but they're like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna like buy the stock. Not when I have all these people that subscribe. I make my money on the Discord server.
Yeah,
Dude, I hate these people. That's the other thing.
they suck so
I
much.
wanted to do something is um like anathema or anathema, get your ass in the house. Uh, Sort of a response or I don't know, to what I was seeing with these kinds of guys, because they are all just like they're the worst. They
Yeah,
fucking suck, dude. And I follow them to like figure out what stocks people are talking about, and I like do my own research. But you'll follow these guys, and they'll like pump a stock up, and then like get mad when people take their advice. Like,
yeah,
why the fuck did you think this was going to work? Hey, when you're doing trading like this, you got to be smart. Okay. I'm not
yeah.
responsible for, that's why you got to buy the Discord. You got to subscribe to the Discord.
Yeah, it's like, look, I did spend the last 2 weeks talking about this one specific stocks positively. It was all I ever posted about. And on my Discord that you paid for, that's the thing that we're discussing in there. I never told you to buy it though.
Yeah.
And you're actually a retard for thinking that I was trying to tell
Yeah.
you to buy it.
They promote a stock and they're very positive, and then they'll post something like, here's the thing, you fucking idiots. You gotta manage your risk and make sure to take profits. And don't just buy something because I promote it. They're such con artists, dude.
Yeah.
And then you like click on their like if you go into the post and look at the comments, they'll post about something and they'll be like, somebody will comment asking a question, and you'll see the responses, and it's all just automated bullshit that they have set up. Being like,
Yeah.
subscribe to my Discord server for up to the minute updates on whatever. And all these fucking people, like all these stock guys, are so used to living on the edge and like living in a way that's nobody lives.
Yeah.
Just this high frequency, intense life on the just day in day out gambling on the stock market, that they've lost perspective of everything. Because like you'll see these guys be like, "Yo, I just bought like $10,000 of, you know, toothbrushes stock or whatever, feeling very bullish on this one." And they'll buy in at like 12 cents a share, and then like half an hour later it's at 11 cents a share, and they go, "Fucking goddamn toothbrushes fucked me. It's all, I can't believe it's already over. I sold at a loss." Like they have no patience for anything. They're always angry, and there's no like cohesive. There's nothing cohesive. There's no community. Everyone is out to get everyone else.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like, so you'll see somebody post about like the one I've been following, Maxion. Somebody will be like, "Yo, I just bought like 5,000 shares of Maxi, and I'm really excited about this." And there'll be like 10 comments going, "Oh, I didn't know you were a fucking retard, huh? You fucking idiot. It's already over. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over 2 days ago." It's just people being just like trying to dissuade or
And the only reason that guy's mad is because he lost money.
yes, or he's shorting it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like this strange like Game of Thrones, almost like Game of Thrones. Like everybody's at each other's throats for just no reason, like no reason to do it. Just everybody being shitty toward one another.
Yeah,
it's very fun. Yeah,
it is fun.
Yeah, yeah. Just imagine going to a blackjack table, but everyone sitting at the table is like, hey, you're a fucking idiot."
Why'd you hit, retard?
Yeah. Just nobody supporting anybody or having fun even doing what they're doing.
I told you to hold at 12.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Good times.
So that's why we do the idiot investor here. We learn, we're going to learning it together and building a community. Oh, the other thing that's funny to me is like a lot of these stock accounts, they'll post something and go, "Team." They refer to everyone as their team. All right, team, we made some good trades today. Everybody gets to eat today. Be sure to subscribe to the private Discord.
Yeah, it's like a CEO talking to his minimum wage employees.
Yeah, dude, it's like akin to the scumbaggery of like real estate, like the real estate guys. In fact, they usually go hand in hand. Like these stock guys are also doing real estate.
Yeah, it's like they're Hooters girls, and they're like really cool and stuff when you're at Hooters, but then when you're gone, how they talk shit about you behind your back from personal experience.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's very fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, dude, you got the bug now.
Yeah,
you got the damn bug. You're gonna go spend your paycheck on Maxion tomorrow.
Yeah. Maxion, need to get me some rub and tug money.
If Maxion gets back to its all-time high, I'll make like $100,000.
What's its all-time high?
Like $50.
Hey, we'll see what happens. I'm telling you, this Friday.
I mean, the market is acting crazy right now with the return of Roaring Kitty and the election, Hawk Tua girl.
Yeah,
she's disrupting the market.
Yeah. I wish you could invest in like different internet personalities. That'd be fun.
You can with shit coins.
Oh, really?
That's what everyone. Oh yeah. I mean, we haven't. We've spent like almost 3 hours just talking about stocks. But I mean, I guess the idiot investor. We could get in all kinds of as we go on, day to day, week to week, doing this team. All kinds of different schemes going on. Yeah, so shit coins are blowing up right now, and right now it's like a lot of. For a while, it was different like meme coins and stuff. So there was like Pepe coin or E Girl. I think a lot of them are based on like the Solana blockchain.
Yeah.
I think it's like all the shit coins are like Solana. Um, and somebody messaged me that I should get one called Big Naturals. Was
Big
one.
Naturals.
Yeah, there's a lot of titty coins.
Hell yeah.
And so now it's starting to, all the shit coin scams are making their way to the mainstream. And so like today I saw Bob Odenkirk promoting Soul Coin. Soul. So they're all doing like
Their own coin.
there's all these celebrities and personalities doing like making their own shit coins.
Yeah.
Bella Danger has ass coin.
See, the thing that sucks about these coins though is like they're in control of it, so they can pull it at any time. At any time, they could just be like, "All right, I'm gonna dump this. Take the money that I have made out of you fools." And I think Antonio Brown just did that recently.
Yeah, so many celebrities now are just doing crypto scams.
Yeah,
all the celebrities, which is like, don't you have enough money? Like, why are you doing? I don't. That's the thing that gets me is I'm like, you're the last person that really, you already do something that's valued and beloved by so many people. Why are you doing shit coins now?
It's the greed, dude.
Yeah,
I get it though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even do enough people even know what Solana is or understand it enough to want to invest in like a celebrity shit coin. That's the thing that gets me. I wonder, does the person doing it even know what it is?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I doubt Bob Odenkirk knows about the Solana blockchain. You know? I mean, didn't Logan Paul had a fucking huge crypto scam? There's like a bunch of people got fucked over on his.
Well, was that the NFT thing, or
that was that? Yeah,
like
CoffeeZilla did that like 3-part documentary about it. It was like a crypto zoo. I'm not going to be able to do it justice because I don't really understand what it was or what happened. It was like some NFT thing. So it was like, it seemed like it was like some version of the KO Garden from Sonic Adventure. Remember the KO Garden?
Yeah.
Where you could raise
with the little guys.
Yeah, little guys. So it was like you had your little NFT guys, like eggs or something. And it was like a game, and you would in these things would over time, I guess the egg as it goes up in value or whatever, eventually it hatches, and now it's an NFT, and it's, I guess somehow you make money on it.
Like you can have like one could be more valuable than another egg,
I guess yeah. It's like it's the way I understand it, what it looked like to me was like crypto KO Garden, like a Sonic Adventure like crypto KO Garden, which I don't know how many people are going to know what we're talking about there. In Sonic Adventure, there's the game, but then you could also spend probably more time than the actual game doing the KO Garden, which is raising little critters, little fucking.
Yeah, I don't even remember what they were, but they were pretty cool.
I remember spending hours on it.
Yeah, me too.
It was like its own thing unto itself. Like you go into the KO Garden and just raise little KOs, the fucking whatever they were.
Yeah, one of my little cousins had a Dreamcast and I didn't have one, and I just go spend like 8 hours at his house playing Shenmue and Sonic.
Dude, that's where this all started. Playing Lucky Hit on Shenmue.
Yeah,
that's where all of this started. Was working the docks in Shenmue and getting enough money to go gamble at Lucky Hit.
Yeah,
that's where I caught the bug, dude.
Yeah, that's where it was first planted. It's just been like evolving over time until you finally got here.
Because when I didn't have a Dreamcast, so I had an Xbox, and I got the Shenmue 2 on Xbox. I just remember most of me playing Shenmue 2 was working the docks and then going and playing Lucky Hit.
Yeah.
Just spending hours making money at the docks and then losing it on Lucky Hit. And just doing like gambling addiction simulator and Shenmue. Yeah. That's where this started. And that's still my dream, is to make enough money to be able to go to Japan and lose it all at pachinko.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many people know what we're talking about, but like in Shenmue, how would you even describe Shenmue? It's like there is a story and there's like action and adventure or whatever, but it's
It's not.
also like just slice of life.
Yeah, it is really slice of life because it's not like an RPG. It's open. Well, it's, I guess, kind of like a form of open world.
You have like some freedom with what you can do in the game and how you spend your time. And if you want, you can, because I played part two, which is in the Kowloon walled city of China.
Yeah.
If you want, you could just like go walk around the city and go to like go have tea and coffee and soup and, and
Talk to
gamble.
people.
Yeah, just talk to people. Go work a shift at the docks,
Yeah.
or go pull a shift at the bookstore or whatever. Like it was like a sim almost. And then if you wanted to actually play the game, it's like you're trying to avenge your father's death. But between the beginning of the game and actually avenging his death, you could spend hours. I guess just like
Gambling.
like gambling. And so like the game in Shenmue that got me the most. There's like a number of ways you can gamble in the game, but mine was Lucky Hit, dude.
Yeah.
The pachinko one, which is like the board with all the pegs in it.
Yeah.
And you just go boop, 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 the ball like tumbles down.
Like Price is Right.
Yeah, like Plinko on Price is Right. And so like in Japan they have these like cyberpunk pachinko, like Lucky Hit games, the pachinko machines, where you go to some parlor and it's like Sailor Moon pachinko or whatever. It's like branded, like any casino you go to where they have like South Park slots or whatever. Yeah. And you go to these parlors and it's the same as it is here, where it's just like a bunch of like 80-year-olds just sitting in there.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that gambling is illegal in Japan, so they had to develop these like workarounds where you go play pachinko and you win like ball bearings or something, and then you take the winning, you take the whatever you win from the machine, you take it to the desk and you trade it for a toy. And this is like a Shenmue. This is kind of like Shenmue. This is like a Shenmue plot. Like a what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a mission in Shenmue that you would have to do in order to secure your winnings. Because you got to take your winnings from the machine to the desk, trade them for a toy, like and then like whatever the toy is, like it's like a big stuffed pink teddy bear or whatever. That represents like a certain yen amount that you. So
you sell it to them.
Now you have to take it to a guy across the street who buys the toy from you for whatever yen it's worth. And so that's effectively how you gamble in Japan: is you win at the pachinko machine, you trade it in for your Chuck E. Cheese prize, and then you take the prize to another guy who is definitely not affiliated with the pachinko parlor.
Yeah, he just buys toys.
He's a private toy thrifter, and and then he gives you the winnings for the toy. So it's like, I don't know, gambling's illegal, but it's like this open thing where it's like, yeah, we can't like just give you money here. You have to do
a quest line.
You have to do a quest. Yeah, you have to do a Shenmue quest to get your money. Yeah, dude. But that's the goal. I guess that's the ultimate goal with all of this. Is it started with Shenmue, and I just want to make enough money to do Shenmue in real life.
Yeah.
I want to secure enough funds and wealth that I can just do Shenmue.
Without working at the docks.
Without having to work the docks or learn any karate.
Yeah. Well, maybe karate.
I kind of, honestly, I just want to gamble all day. I want to play shit. I want to do Shenmue in real life the way I played it, which is just gamble and then maybe go have some tea.
Yeah.
Some noodles.
I gambled. I went to the casino in Philly this 2 weeks ago when we were there doing Dork Court, and I was like, "All right, I'm going to take out $60. That's all I'm going to limit. I'm going to limit myself to that. If I lose it, I lose it. Whatever. I'm just going to have some fun." I took out the $60, lost it within, I think it was 23 minutes playing video poker. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Not good at actual gambling like that.
No, dude. That's it's all rigged. I mean, whether it's the stock market or a casino, it's all rigged against you.
Yeah.
And I'm bad at casinos too. I go to casinos like very rarely do I don't know if I've ever actually like played table games. Because it's like it stresses me out.
Yeah.
Because now there's other people involved and that I
They're
don't want
watching
to.
you lose
They're
money.
watching. Well, not just that, but they're watching. Like I'm trying to like figure it out all how the betting works. And I'm just sitting there being retarded, and there's just other people waiting on me to do whatever. So yeah, the table games I have always just like been nervous about. But I'll hit up a slot machine for sure. And I've had nights where I'll go to a slot, put in $20, and then I'm up like $1,000.
Yeah.
Like so, I do the thing where I go in a casino and I have like $400 with me, and I go, "This is it. This is my gambling money. This is $400." And I go to a slot machine, put in $20, and I'm up 1,000. I go, "Oh shit, dude! Now I can gamble all night." And so that 1,000 turns into zero. So now I'm dipping back into the money I came in there with, and then I will leave the casino down $400.
Yeah. I've
Or
been
I'm going to the ATM and
yeah, going broke.
yeah,
I think I've been to a casino like 5 times in my life. All 5 times I've never won anything. Like I've won, but you know what I mean, I've never cashed out with
yeah.
positive.
Because it's so dude, it's like it's addicting. It's a drug, man.
Yeah, it
We got
is.
the bug, dude.
Yeah,
Get the fucking bug.
we got the gambling gene.
We got the gambler's gum. We have the grifter's gumption and the gambler's
The gamblers
the gambler's gout.
gout.
The gambler's gout.
Shit. I actually might have some gambling gene because my grandma was a degenerate
Well, you're
gambler.
Mexican, yeah.
Yeah.
Loteria.
Yeah, but we're like opposite of Chinese people. We're like very bad at it. It's like
yeah, dude. The Chinese are good at gambling.
Yeah, dude.
But their whole society is based on gambling, dude. I talked to a lady the other day at work, just like a customer who was like a Chinese lady.
Uh-huh.
And she was one of those ladies who just wanted to, I guess, I don't know. She needed a therapist, and I was the guy she was talking to because she was just like telling me all about her life. And she was telling me about China and how they have like, and then just everything is set up around like luck and numbers and gambling. Like there's like here we have lucky and unlucky numbers here, but she was telling me in China there's like so many more lucky and unlucky numbers.
Yeah.
And the entire society there is based around luck and gambling. Like if you move into a place and the street address is unlucky numbers, no one will come visit you and you'll make no money. And she's like, and there's people that like will pay exorbitant amounts of money to get like their street address changed or their license plate changed to lucky no. It's like insane, dude.
It is funny.
So it's like the Chinese genetics is gambling.
Yeah, even their cookies are gambling involved.
Yeah, their cookies, Chinese cookies are gambling. And it works for them because you go to because where I grew up, the casino was WinStar in Thackerville, Oklahoma. So like you go right across the Texas border. The first town you get to is Thackerville, Oklahoma, exit 1. And so it's this huge casino in Oklahoma that's set up where it's called the World Casino. So it's divided into sections, kind of like Six Flags, where there's like Rome and Spain and different countries or whatever. And then one of the sections in the casino is China, like Beijing or whatever. And it is just that's the one where like only Chinese people go in the casino. Like if you go to the Chinese part of the WinStar, there's not like white people gambling there. It's literally all Chinese people playing Pike out. And they are very good at it.
Yeah. There's a lot of Chinese people at the Philly casino I went to, just sitting there smoking, fucking knocking back cigarettes,
just ripping cigarettes. It seems like for Chinese people, cigarettes are like a
beneficial,
like a health supplement, like a performance enhancing drug.
Yeah, it's because it's like better than their air.
Yeah, like what vitamins are to us, cigarettes are to the Chinese.
It's a nootropic.
Yeah, it helps with longevity in the Chinese body to smoke cigarettes all day. And then you really can't dispute it, dude. You go to fucking any Chinatown in this country, and there's like a 95-year-old dude smoking a cigarette while he does Tai Chi.
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, yeah, I have no way to refute that this is happening.
Yeah, he's stacking bags of rice.
Yeah, there was that one Chinaman who like ran a marathon and smoked cigarettes the entire time, and he didn't like place in any like. He was like 1,000th place out of however many thousand people that did it, but he didn't come in last. He actually had a pretty good position that he finished with, and he finished the marathon.
Yeah,
that's the thing is he ran like 26 miles chain smoking the entire time.
Yeah, 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit! Shout out Chinese people, friend of the show.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, Achi Mishima said smoking actually cleans Chinese air. Yeah, that's also that. Like for them, smoking is like an air filter.
Yeah, it's canned oxygen.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got the geek bar, but yeah, I mean we've done 3 hours, so I guess it's time to maybe close with some final thoughts, and then we'll do. I got to do due diligence, and then return with the idiot investor at some point.
Oh yeah.
You'll see. It's a bull. It's a bull week. It's a week of bulls. It's running of the bulls this week because I think Pineapple Energy. I'm already in on it, because I'm hoping it blows up. Maxion, solar is big right now. I'm in on ASTI, PEGY, and MAXN. Those are the 3 solars I'm in on.
Yeah, and then once they force Biden to drop out, and then they put Hillary in there, and she rigs the election, dude, green stocks are going to go up. All kind of green energy stuff. You know what I mean? So think about that.
Yeah, uranium, lithium, and all the nuclear shit.
Yeah.
EVs are big, and I guess like EV charging companies like the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's you gotta do your due diligence, your DD, as they say on the Reddit page, the subreddits. Listen, how old am I? The Reddits.
The YouTubes.
Yeah, it's like my grandma's like, you want to go rent a movie at the Blockbusters? Come on, get with the times.
You old fool.
Yeah, you gotta do your DD.
Go do a little DD right now if you catch my drift.
You gotta do a little DD right now. Yeah. You gotta do a DD and a TT. Yeah, no, I appreciate you doing this for 3 hours.
Yeah, dude, anytime. What else was I gonna do?
I hope the people like it. I mean, God's Note seemed bearish on this show. He's bearish on this. But I hope that people catch on and they become bullish on the idiot investor. Because that's the thing. That's the thing is you get into, like I said, you get into investing. The real money is and the real success is in talking about investing, talking about something.
Yeah.
The private Discord, the class, to sell the classes, the
buy the rumor, which is this. Well, that's not financial advice, but buy the rumor, and who knows what can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, dude. I haven't been able to find another Geek Bar Pulse.
Really?
Yeah, they're cracking down on the vape stores now.
Really?
Yeah, I went with one of these old school Nexus.
Dude, I got the Geek Bar Pulse. I'm never going back to anything else.
It does rock. I haven't found
Everybody talks about we want the Mango Jewel back. Dude, the Mango Jewel is like Windows 95, and I got Windows XP right here, baby.
Yeah.
I got the Pinnacle.
I got the Windows Vista.
Yeah, dude, the Geek Bar Pulse is awesome. And there's some flavors that are stinkers. Like I had one the other day that was called Meta Moon. Gross.
Yeah.
This is frozen pina colada.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Dude, I could just lay in bed and cook my lungs with this shit all day and be happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to go get a new one because this one's starting to taste fried.
Oh yeah. But that's the great thing about the Geek Bars. When it hits 0,
it just keeps on going.
You got quite a bit left, actually.
And I think I got like 2 more weeks out of mine after it went to 0. I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted, folks. I don't even want to tell you this shit's so much better than Zen's. Zen's fucking suck, dude.
Yeah,
the vaping's so much better.
I can only keep one in for like 30 seconds before I'm like, okay,
it hurts. It hurts. My eyes like start bulging out of my head. I'm sneezing.
Yeah,
and I'm uncomfortable with it. The vaping is just it's smooth. It tastes so nice. Good. It's relaxing.
No, one of my favorite things is just laying in bed and vaping.
Dude, you and me both, bro.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I think about that. Do you know who Fran Lebowitz is?
Name sounds familiar, but I am not picturing anything.
She's like at this point, she's like a personality. She's I guess like officially a writer, but she hasn't written anything in like 40 years. She wrote 2 really good essay collections, and then became like a I guess like almost like a stand-up comedian, but
really.
That's not really what she does. She's just, she goes and talks at places, and she's just like an old angry Jewish lesbian. And I guess like kind of what she does is kind of like stand up. And she's really fascinating, and her essays are great. And Scorsese's in love with her. Martin,
yeah.
Scorsese, familiar?
Oh yeah.
And so he did a documentary movie about her back in like 2009, and like a few years ago he did a docu-series about her on Netflix. It's really good, called Pretend It's a City. And she's in Wolf of Wall Street also. She has like a small role in Wolf of Wall Street.
Like a cameo? Like as herself?
No. She plays a judge, like when he's getting sentenced the first time, and she's reading off this like laundry list of charges against him.
Uh-huh.
And then he's just standing there, just kind of like staring at her befuddled, and she's like, "What?"
Yeah,
that's her in the movie. You have to. That's Fran Lebowitz. Yeah. Anyway, but she's well respected as like an intellectual and just like a brassy, angry New York Jewish lesbian. She's like embodies the spirit of New York, right? But she was on Letterman years and years, decades ago, and he asked her, so what do you like to do? Like, what are your hobbies? What do you do during the day? And she goes, I smoke. And he was like, what? She's like, I just lay in my bed in my apartment, I smoke. That's what I like to do. It's kind of my goals right now. Is what I'm doing with my life is like just smoke in bed. And I feel the same way with vaping. I'm like, yeah, just lay in bed and vape.
Yeah.
Kind of how I spend my time.
It's so nice.
Yeah. Dude, she had a really funny story in that docu-series where I think she grew up in Jersey and then moved to New York in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
When she was like in her, I don't know, probably her early 20s. And she said that she had a car, and on the dash of her car was an apple and a pack of cigarettes, and the apple was like, cost like 10 cents, and the pack of cigarettes cost like 50 cents, right?
Uh-huh.
And this was the 70s New York, so she like went into a store to get some, came back, and somebody bashed in the window of her car to take the apple and cigarettes. that was the only thing missing. And she went and told a cop about it, and he was like, yeah, why'd you leave them on the dash like that? That's what happens. Just like dude, it's so funny how like you go on Twitter now and all these like trad accounts, like all these based red pill guys talk about New York, where they're like, it's the end of civilization. Look at what's happening in this city.
Yeah.
And it's probably like, as of now, the city's probably the safest and cleanest it's ever been.
Yeah.
Because like in the 70s, it was just like a given. It was just like the reality of New York that at any and all times, someone will break into your car or your apartment, or you'll get mugged. Like that was just like a reality. There's like a high percentage. Like if you step outside, you're probably gonna get mugged.
Yeah. Yeah, I the thing with like all those guys talking about the city going to shit and stuff, and they're like, you can't go in New York without noticing all the migrants. In my head, I'm always like, how are you differentiating them from the millions of like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and Mexicans that are already here?
No, it's just another form of like the private Discord server grift, where their grift is just panic and being cynical and negative and doom. It's the doomsday grift.
Yeah, the black pill.
Yeah, the doomsday grift, and also people talk about like, oh, New York is so expensive, and it's like, no, you need to learn how to live like Aladdin.
Yeah,
okay? New York doesn't have to be expensive.
It really does.
You have 6 roommates and you eat dollar slices.
Yeah, you eat dollar slices. Every once in a while, you treat yourself to a $6 deli sandwich on a roll.
You don't have a car. You take public transportation everywhere.
Yeah.
And
you hop the turnstiles.
Yeah, dude, I'm moving back. I'm coming back. Dude. When I make my fortune on the stock market, I mean, the reality is like, now that I have my wits about me again, and here's the thing, Drew, I'm extremely talented.
Yeah.
I possess an ability that many wish they could have, and it's called the another Fallout perk I have is the gift of gab.
Yep.
The gabber's gift.
I think that actually is a Fallout perk.
Yeah, like charisma or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm fast tracking the wait, what's the word I'm looking for? Redemption.
Yeah.
I'm fast tracking the redemption. Because with
this is the hero's journey part where you're returning,
the fall and the return. Yeah. Gandalf the White.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm Gandalf the mayo ass cracker ass wizard. Yeah, because like, man, it's a bun. I mean, because I worked my whole life to get Louis J. Gomez to notice me.
Yeah.
Because all I was ever working toward was for Louis J. Gomez to notice me. I was like one of the war boys in Fury Road. I was like, witness! Yeah. And I'm just saying the N-word. Spraying myself with paint, like, witness me!
Huffing it.
Yeah. And so, like, to go from, I don't know, just like open micer, just always just feeling like, not only am I an open micer, which is sad and sucks, but also like everyone I'm friends with and know, nobody respects me even then. Like, because there were like all these people who thought I was just like some edgelord fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
But I was just like constantly just in my bag, in my lane, working on my shit.
Yeah,
and then like actually started to pay off. Like the Loud Boys was taking off when I was like starting to get eyeballed to do more stand-up spots and stuff like that. It wasn't like like success, but it was like you start getting paychecks for comedy, and it's like, wow, this is becoming a real thing. And
yeah,
now there's thousands of people that not only know about me but are invested enough to tell me that I'm a faggot. And that's to me that's a good measure of success.
That's making it.
Yeah, that was something I always tried to tell Robbie. I'm like, Robbie, if you got enough people that know about you and enough that care enough to call you a faggot, I understand it hurts, but you're succeeding. That's success now. Is if enough people know about you and care enough to tell you that you suck, hey, that's money in the bank, baby.
You're doing it, baby.
You're doing it. But I mean, he's RG 2.0 now, so that's all behind him. yeah, so I don't know. It's really fucking devastating what happened to me. Like, it was like right there. Oh, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition. uh, so anyway, what was my point? Oh yeah, so we got the channel and the network and everything. We got some shirts coming. Crowder Boys, like the redemption is being fast tracked. The return is I'm doing something no one's ever done before. No one's ever seen anything like this before. You know?
Yeah. You're killing it. You're killing it, dude. You're on the cusp of the return.
Yeah. I'm hurt though that, Joe Gorman is not my friend anymore.
Hey, who knows what the future holds?
No, dude. I mean, he and I were never really. I don't know what was going on with
You know
all
what's so
that.
funny about that is like one of my favorite episodes you guys did was that one that you and Joe did from the hotel or Airbnb, like in the bed together.
Oh yeah, that was actually one that like Robbie asked us to like take down because he wasn't there. Yeah, that was actually like there was a lot of times Joe and I would get along and like have moments like that, but then I guess as time went on, and it was especially as I was starting to deal with like personal tragedy in my life and the way he was acting toward me,
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck you, dude. God damn. Please don't be mean to me. and yeah, and then it just there was a communication breakdown between he and I. Like it was just where we could never even like really talk to each other. And I don't know if he could talk to anybody in any real way, to be honest with you. But yeah, I guess I've certainly been said negative things about him publicly, and then somebody, I won't name names again, but reached out to him to give him specifics or whatever was said. So I guess to do one last round of plugs. Everybody, be sure to subscribe to Joe's new podcast, Super Selly Joe's. And I don't know if Buff Boys is still happening. I don't know if that still exists.
Yeah. Shout out Matt Maron.
Matt's a good dude. When Matt told me he was doing a show with Joe, I was very like, okay.
Good luck.
Hey, salute Boy Fortuna. Best to you both. Best regard. I wish you success, but also you might be hitching your wagon to the wrong horse.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt's
the right horse is Chrissy Mayer, folks.
Yep.
Drew, do you have any closing thoughts?
No closing thoughts. Follow me on Twitter at Rawtism, RAWTISM 69. Check out Dork Court, twitch.tv/Dork Court, youtube.com/at Dork Court, twitch.tv/like Kool-Aid. We're taking a break for summer, but after that, we're gonna come back and start doing shows again. Other than that, that's it.
Mm-hmm. And the Crowder Boys, youtube.com/at the Crowder Boys. I don't know if anyone tunes into this doesn't know about that already. But that's the show I do with Crack and Robbie, Crack Amico, Robbie Goodwin. Patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. And stay tuned for all the goings on with the Billionaire Podcast Network. Ching, bing, 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 did fill her up? We got a website coming, shirts.
Hell yeah.
Lots of irons in the fire.
Wait, you already got the design going?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think I got some ideas. Yeah. The one I really like. This is like a Crowder Boys joke. The Marlboro. Token Tony. Shout out Token Tony. Did like the Marlboro Man. It's Bill Maher.
Why it works for so much shit.
I was like, yo, that's a fucking shirt right there. I really like that one. Thanks for the super chats, folks. I hope I think this is a winning recipe for a show. investing, finance,
Yeah, dude.
Wall Street, stocks market, tickers, NASDAQ, S&P 500, Dow Jones. Thanks for the super chat. Sean from Pittsburgh, Broseph Smith, Drew Huntley, King of the Iron Fist, Hachi Mishma, Drew Huntley, King of the Iron Fist, Hachi Mishma, God's Node. Again, hey, King of the Iron Fist, Hachi Mishma, King of the Iron Fist, Hachi Mishma, King of the Iron Fist, Hachi Mishma. Enjoy it while the channel's still small. Enjoy it while I'm still, relatively underground, because eventually I'll be too big to just read off all the super chats like that. It'll be too many.
Yeah.
I'll be getting Zia Anderson fucking level chats, $300.
Yeah, you're only going to be able to talk about the ones that are like $300.
Yeah, Kevin Brennan style. It's only $1. I'm not reading that. All right. Drew, thank you for hanging out for 3 hours.
No problem.
Folks, this has been the Idiot Investor. Buy high, sell
Bye,
low.
guys.
Buy high, sell low. I'm not an expert. This is not financial advice. Thank you. All right, end the stream.